WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station. WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Lepresti. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Also sponsored by Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Pain Management. Visit samwellpain.com. Football locals back to work today ahead of the 1 p.m. Sunday kickoffs this weekend. Giants and Eagles from Philadelphia. Second matchup between the rivals in a 2.5-week span. And the Jets will travel to Cincinnati to visit the Bengals and could do so with Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback after Woody Johnson had this to say about the Justin Fields-led offense yesterday.
It's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we've got. He has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results.
Those results are the Jets are 0-7, and Aaron Glenn is reportedly expected to turn to Taylor and announce him as this week's starter when he meets the media later today. Season opener for our NBA locals this evening. Knicks and Cavaliers from the Garden. Both teams expected to be shorthanded for Game 1 there. The Nets will visit the Hornets. That's on the Fan with coverage beginning at 6:50. Hockey-wise, the Islanders edge San Jose 4-3 with 18-year-old rookie Matthew Schaefer going for a goal and an assist. Certainly embracing his new fan base at UBS Arena.
Well, Matthew, is it surreal to hear your name chanted here as you're announced as the first star?
I love this place. Let's go Islanders, baby!
Schaefer on MSG, second defenseman in NHL history with at least 1 point in the first 6 games of his career. Meantime, the Devils won in Toronto 5-2 behind a Jack Hughes hat trick. They are 5-1. They turn around, host the Minnesota Wild tonight at Prudential Center. Fan weather is sponsored by Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit the Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. 58 degrees, sunny skies in Central Park. And with Sports Flash is at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lepresti.
It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Season, BT, the Knicks and the high expectations. A day that Knicks fans over the last 20-something years can only dream of. Opening night with championship aspirations. The only problem is I don't believe in the head coach. So we could be excited about it, and it's going to be far better than anything we've seen. The last few years have been a lot of fun, obviously, with the Knicks and going on in the postseason run, so it's been great. So I do appreciate where the Knicks are at in comparison to where it was for the last 20-plus years. However, when you start raising the bar and you talk championship expectation or aspirations or even getting to the finals, you better come with it. And I don't think the Knicks have what it takes to get it done. I'm not a fan of the head coach.
You know what's interesting? To me, these are almost my least enjoyable types of seasons because you really think about how I'm going to watch the Knicks this year, right? I'm going to watch them, and if they don't stomp on a bad team, which they should, well, no, that was a little lackluster. If they lose to an average team, they're going to get crushed. And if they lose to a good team, we're going to be like, well, I thought this team was supposed to win a championship. What's going on here? So it's almost going to be a less enjoyable watch. I think that made sense. That's at least what I feel. Now, I like Mike Brown a lot more than you. I believe in him, even though he's never won a championship. But I got to tell you, I don't think that this is a championship team. I don't. I've got to look at it, and I've got to look at what they don't have. And right now, what they don't have to start the season is health. Now, that can rectify itself. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson, though, he's always hurt.
And it's ominous when you haven't played for 2 weeks, and it's opening night. You're not playing now. And we talked about this yesterday a little bit here. Now, the other thing, too, is they don't have a backup point guard, which, all right, I mean, how many teams that win championships do you really look at their backup point guard? Well, it might not seem like a big thing now, but those are the kind of, 4, 5, 6-minute stretches, whether it's Game 5 on the road, a swing game in the second round or the conference championship or the NBA finals, where that point guard, that backup, stabilizes the game, maybe even gives you an advantage while your star rests. And obviously the star is Jalen Brunson. So that's one thing. And really, I think my biggest deterrent in terms of really jumping in, and I know they're going to be good. They can win 60 games. Maybe they're going to go pretty
60 games?
I'm saying maybe. But actually, I was thinking maybe 60 coming in. I'm probably more mid-50s. I'm dropping a little bit. I know. I get it. It's a little bit based on the injuries and based on the point guard. I would go under that, to be fair. Probably more 55, 56. I just say that because I want to let everybody know that we all know they're going to be good. Yeah. But, Sal, I go to Karl Anthony Towns. Now, every team that wins Maybe with the exception of Giannis's Bucks, Middleton was good, whatever. You need two superstars. We know Brunson's a superstar. I don't think that Karl Anthony Towns is a superstar. And the things that he's not good enough at terrify me against good teams when it's tough and their structure. So I love this team in terms of rooting for them. I don't think it's a championship team either.
I think you bring up a good point about, is it going to be as fun as maybe we had hoped, right? Because you should be excited. Knicks basketball going to start. I even got into it last night a little bit with the NBA on NBC and watching some of those games. And by the way, forget about championship, because really the goal, obviously the goal is always going to be championship, but just get to the NBA Finals, and I think that would be at least doing their job. You're going to lose to a better team, and the Thunder, most likely, whatever team comes out of the West, is going to be better than the Knicks. So the championship, there's kind of a roadblock there. And I don't think we could go nuts if the Knicks did make it to the finals and lost in the championship to one of those teams from the West. But I don't even think they're good enough to go through the playoffs and get back to a finals. But it brings the point that you make, and I could go over the coach, or we could talk about Karl Anthony Towns, and there are different layers to that, which we're going to see play out in the regular season here. How good is this offense going to be with Mike Brown? And then if he maximizes the pieces that they have offensively, is that going to be good enough to go on and win the Eastern Conference and get to an NBA Finals and compete for a championship? We're not sure about that. But are we doing ourselves a disservice by just going from where we were with the Knicks for all those years to now, where it's like, well, if they don't win the NBA championship or they don't get to the finals, it's a waste of a season? I was a young kid during the height of the 90s stuff, and every year I truly believed they were going to win the championship.
So did I for a couple years.
Or at least had a chance.
No question.
Going, it's like, all right, this will be the year they beat Jordan. All right, no, Jordan, this will be the year they get it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was fool's gold, whatever, but every year you knew it was going to be a battle, and then once you're in it, you're in it. I feel differently about this team, 20 years later, 30 years later, whatever, somewhat functioning adult. It's a little bit different, the emotions.
Somewhat.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
I want to appreciate and have fun with this year. I just can't go there. And for me, I think it is more about the change in head coach, where I just don't believe in what he believes in to get this team to the next level.
He's not Pat Riley. So when we were watching the Knicks back in the day with Al Troutwig, rest in peace, and the Wiz commercials with Boomer and Patrick Ewing, you had Pat Riley and you had Patrick Ewing, and while Patrick Ewing wasn't Hakeem, he's better than Towns in terms of night-to-night reliability and toughness. Yeah, it's an odd dance here, and I said that because I it's almost like a cautionary flare. Like I don't know that I'm trying to convince anybody of this, because I don't think that I can. I just think it's the reality of how we will watch the Knicks this year, and think about how we watched the Mets this year. The Mets, now I'm not saying it's apples to apples necessarily, but 2 years ago, after Buck's gone, year one for Mendy, all right, the Mets have this really unexpected, even though they didn't win 95 games, but unexpected season. They go to the NLCS, they lose to the Dodgers, here we go, the spaceship is taken off, which it didn't, but we thought that, right? Now, this year, going in, it was a different level of critique. It was like, what, you lost to the Marlins? What the hell is this? Wait, was Soto popped up with 2 on and 2 out down a run of the ninth? What is that? Unacceptable. He's Juan Soto. There's just new levels of criticism and analysis. And this is the reality of where we are with the Knicks. They have built out the roster. OG's not. I think that you can make the case between Towns, OG, Bridges, obviously Brunson, Mitchell Robinson. I'm missing 1 or 2 others where they are in the they're at the apex of their prime, meaning none of those players will get better. I don't think there's another level for Brunson. I don't think there's another level for Towns. I don't think there's one for Anunoby or Bridges. They're really good. Brunson's great. Towns is really good. I don't think that they're still ascending. So the time is now, not to mention the finances, and in terms of what they gave up with Bridges, in terms of really no more first-round picks. Like, you got to win.
Do you think they could get more out of Towns, though, than, with Mike Brown here in this different offense, get more out of Towns than they did a year ago from Tibbs?
I think it might look better offensively. Yes,
Me too.
I do.
Me
But
too.
That's not my concern. I know that you're concerned, so why don't you take this? But I'll go to the defense after.
It's not even a concern. Like, I actually do think that they will. They better at bare minimum. I do think they're going to get better performance from Karl Anthony Towns and be a better, more consistent offensive team. I don't think that's going to be enough. Mm-hmm. I think when this team needs a little kick in the rear end, when this team's going to be pushed in the postseason, I don't believe that Mike Brown is going to get the most out of these players the way Tibbs would maximizing whatever he had, not just offensively, but as an individual basis, maximize this player's output, whatever. And last year was trying to fit the pieces together with the new player being brought in with Karl-Anthony Towns and a different version of the team. He didn't maximize it offensively. They fell short. Now I do think they'll be more consistent offensively. They'll be better offensively. I just don't think that that's going to be enough to get them through the postseason to even get to a finals.
Unfortunately, I agree with you. I mean, I look, and again, it's a very tough way to evaluate a guy who averaged 25 and 12 and was a starter on the All-Star team and, top 2 or top 3 All-NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns is really good. The problem is what he's not good at is a massive problem when it matters. And the other thing, we got to dispel this. There's a little bit of a misnomer going on. So when people talk about, I think that there's this thought that Dolan woke up one day and in a petulant mood was like, you know what? Hey, we got bounced again. Tom Thibodeau, get out. That's not what happened. The players, as they did their exit interview meetings, the players kind of turned on Tom Thibodeau a little bit. So if that's the case, which it was, now I don't know who it was. I don't know that it was everybody, to be fair, but that definitely happened. And because that happened, don't you think that should be enough evidence that it was time for a new coach, which could be right for Mike Brown?
No, because
if they didn't want to play for him anymore, they probably wouldn't have won this year anyway.
I think they get the wrong players, and that goes back to what we were talking about last year with Bridges. Who was the ones who were crying? It wasn't Josh Hart. It wasn't Jalen Brunson.
I think it was Bridges. I think it was Towns, OG.
Towns. Yeah,
maybe OG a little bit. I think it was Bridges and Towns probably.
Right.
But that's 40% of your starting five making big money. You need those guys. You need them on board.
But I think they're the problem more than Tom Thibodeau was the problem. And again, we don't know the exact things behind it. You want to say, fine, the time for a change? They better than be specifically offensively. They better be terrific offensively and be one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. And even if they are that, and I think that they're going to be closer to that than they were with Tibbs, they better be.
Yep.
Is it going to be enough? And I don't believe it's going to be enough. And like I said last year, I think ultimately, whether it's Tibbs, whether it's Mike Brown, whoever it may be, they're going to fall short because I don't believe their star players are good enough to win the championship. Even Brunson, who I love, he's not SGA. Like, he's not that level of player, so he's going to need another guy. Now, I love Brunson. I wouldn't trade him for anybody. He's our guy. I love his mindset. I love his attitude. I love his work ethic. I love his performance, all that stuff.
We love him.
I wouldn't want to win with anybody else. I'd rather lose with Brunson than win with somebody else. That's me personally.
I actually know what you mean on that. I got you.
With Karl-Anthony Towns, he's just not. Those two together are the biggest problem. Like, you could, if you're not maximizing what they can do offensively, you're really screwed, and that's what happened last year. So the only way for the Knicks to try to get over the hump is to maximize what they can do offensively and hope for the best defensively, but I still think that's going to come back to bite them eventually.
I think it is, and that's the problem. I really wish I could disagree with you.
Right,
I can't wait to watch the Knicks tonight. I know they're going to win a lot of games, but I think about the two things that plagued them last year, aside from no bench. I'm talking about from a defensive point of view, right? Number one, they could not defend the pick and roll. When you got up there and it was, Cat and it was Brunson, that's a massive problem. Knicks were dead. Number two, they really didn't defend the three-point line at all. And the numbers back that up. So did Karl-Anthony Towns go to work on his body this offseason? I mean, did he come back 15?
Doesn't look like
no,
it.
He looks. Again, I'm not trying to turn this into just crushing.
He's got like a soft body.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So athletically, he hasn't improved an ounce, okay? So I say that because that means he's not going to be much better in the pick and roll or when he's in space trying to defend the three. And Jalen Brunson, when defenses target him, as you should, he can't stop anybody. He's an amazing player, but he's a fire hydrant on defense, can't move an inch, and he's small and he's weak. And, relative to some of these guys who are playing point like SGA, just get him off your spot. So, and Mike Brown's an offensive guy. So I don't know how you coach around that. The Knicks will be good. Actually, the Knicks will be really good. The Knicks will be really fun. The Knicks are going to light it up offensively. This roster right now, God, I hate to say it, I don't think they win the championship.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Ron is in Baltimore starting us off. What's up, Ron?
BT and Sal, thanks for taking the call.
Okay.
I'm excited for the game tonight. I'm excited for the season. Mike Brown, he's got to manage the minutes. He's got to play the bench. I want a fresh, healthy team come playoff time. That's what he's got to do. Obviously, you're right, Sal and BT. The offense, I think Brunson's smart enough to understand at this point. Sure, he'll revert. I guess I want the ball in Brunson's hands late in the game, of course, but can't dominate the ball. We got to get the balance from everyone on the offense. I like that Brunson's lost some weight. I think that's a good sign. I like the fact that he's coming into camp. He's never going to be a great defender, but like you guys said, for us to go where we want to go defensively, we got to be better. And my only concern, yes, Brogdon retired. I don't think Brogdon had much left, but I'll just say I don't love the ball handling. Yeah, I think Bridges is going to have a nice year, and Bridges can handle it a little bit, but I still don't love when teams pressure us full court like the Pacers did or whoever, OKC, if we get that far. I would like some other ball handler on the team. I get very nervous, BT and Sal, when we got these other guys bringing up the ball up the court. I need to help Jalen because if Jalen is trying to play
Ronnie, they need a backup point guard. That's the bottom line. They thought they had it with Brogdon. They probably don't trust Tyler Kolek enough, and probably Kolek is not good enough on defense. Although Brown is not a defensive guy, so maybe that's a little different opening compared to Tom Thibodeau. I actually really like Tyler Kolek, but I should say I'm very intrigued by him as a facilitator. I think he's a really high IQ kid, and I do think he could play 10, 12 minutes a night for a really good team. But you got to have somebody who can break the press, and that was a very astute point. That doesn't seem like a big deal because you think, well, everybody could dribble. No, but when they're really pressuring, and I don't mean tonight. I'm talking about in May and June when they are planning defensively how to stop you. They need some guys who can handle. They don't have enough.
Yeah, I mean, in Deuce, I look at more of a two-guard than anything else. I don't look at him as a true backup. I think Brogdon retiring hurts the Knicks. I was looking forward to having a veteran running the point behind Jalen Brunson.
Me too.
He still looked like he had it from the little bit that I saw. He just didn't want to play.
He lost it. I hear you.
What he's supposed to do. I wouldn't want Ben Simmons, so I'd rather have Brogdon at least be open and honest about retiring, where Ben Simmons would rather sit on the bench and get in for a few minutes and dress nicely before he gets in there. So nothing. And I'm sure they'll find a backup point guard. I don't think that's going to be the biggest issue. I'd have other concerns about this team, how they gel, the minutes. Look, it's going to be intriguing watch early on to see how they look under Mike Brown. Ronald calling from Inwood. What's up, Ronald?
Hey, Ron.
Hello, yes. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Yeah, I heard BT mention right now that the Knicks don't have players that they all reached their prime, right?
I think so.
So I got two players that have another gear. I believe Mitchell Robinson, that he should get in shape because he was gassed on the finals.
Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah, so if he could, I need him. I don't need him to score. I need him to get in there.
Well, I hope not. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
You're worried about Mitchell Robinson scoring. We got a problem.
That's like asking Chris Dudley to beat the Bulls.
I mean, come on.
No. I need him to wear them players down so when Towns come in. And then one more. Josh Hart. If he could develop a three-point shot, it will be very helpful. Because in the finals, when they kick it out to him on the three-point line, he's looking for somebody.
No doubt.
And they're going to let him shoot it.
Yep.
So that's my take.
It's a good call, Ronnie. Thank you. I think you nailed those two items here. First of all right, Mitchell Robinson is who he is. It's never going to change. You can lock him at a gym for a year and keep it the free throw line for the entire year, and he's never going to be good. He just doesn't have it. It's sloppy. His hands are all over the place. He can't shoot. He'll never take a jump shot. He is exactly who he is. And by the way, who he is really good.
Yeah.
If his body stopped betraying him. Like, he's phenomenal.
Especially as a compliment to everything else that they have. They need that.
Absolutely. Those lobs, those easy buckets, the offensive rebounds, ignite the break, protect the rim. Mitchell Robinson has great value. He's already hurt. Is his body going to hold up? Number one. Number two, we all love Josh Hart. He's a dog. He is a gamer. He goes to the rim. 94 feet. He's fun. He's a rebounder. He's a Knick. I think he could have fit on the 94 Knicks, which is about the highest compliment that I could give any basketball player. And I don't mean just fit like the 9th or 10th man. He could have played. That's how much respect I've got for Josh Hart. But, guys, he's been around how many years now? 8, 9? He's not a three-point shooter. I'm not saying he's not going to have nights where he doesn't bury a couple. He's a pro. But he's always going to be below average, and teams will always sag off, and that's always going to be a problem for the Knicks offense.
But we're back to the same thing. I remember having this conversation with you last year where we were talking about the postseason, and even though the Knicks got to the Eastern Conference Finals, it was, well, they're kind of like the Mets or Yankees where they don't have enough well-rounded players. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson is great at what he does, and I love it. Defensive, rebounding, protecting the rim. He's not a threat offensively at all. Josh Hart, intangibles off the chart, hustle, all those things. He can't shoot. Jalen Brunson, elite offensive player, can't defend. Karl Anthony Towns should be elite offensive player, can't defend. Like, how many more guys do we need to go over that? Yeah, he's great at this, but he's awful at that. Yeah, he's great at this, but he's awful at that. They have too many of those guys and not enough well-rounded star players.
I think you laid that out well, because think about, now, you could probably run through other rosters. Hell, I just mentioned the 94 Knicks. We could go through that, and we won't, but you could run through that team that almost won a championship, and you could point out all the good things of the players, and we all know what they were if you lived it, but those guys had deficiencies as well. But it's interesting because for a team that's trying to win a championship, the deficiencies that are apparent, whether it's Mitch's free throws, which prevent them from staying on the court, obviously spacing purposes, blah, blah, blah. It's a massive problem. Blah, blah, blah with that. Karl Anthony Towns, slow, a little soft in certain spots. That's a problem when it matters. Like, we know the deficiencies, and it's not like a slight deficiency. It's a major one.
Correct. Like, you could live with Josh Hart's deficiencies. Like, that may be nitpicking a little bit. He's just not a great shooter. The problem is he's going to be the guy that's going to be open.
And my problem's
out there.
Yes, and my problem's less about his ability to make a lot of shots. I can live with that. My problem is when he passes them up, because now it impacts spacing.
Fair enough.
Shoot him.
I'm just giving you one player, but that's the least of the issues. You're right. Mitchell Robinson is a major liability offensively, and when they foul him on purpose. Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, major liabilities on the defensive end. Those are things that are tough to overcome. They haven't been able to overcome it yet, and I don't believe they're going to be able to overcome it this year. Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Special treat for you today. The Schmooze will be in the house. Steve Summers coming in studio to promote his book, Me Here, You There.
Schmoozeroo.
I read it. I loved it over the last couple of days. Can't wait to have some fun with Steve coming up at 12:30. He'll be in studio with us. We'll get to some Woody stuff from yesterday that we missed. Starting with the Knicks as they get their season started tonight. BT and Sal on the Fan.
Regular season battles in football. Off-season moves in baseball. The Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Jets all live here. The Fan. 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Rock and roll will never die, and neither will the low prices. It's the Rocktober Savings Event at Nielsen Dodge. We've turned up the volume on Rocktober Savings on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We're rocking out the deals with zero down payment available. $1,500 overbook value for any trade. If you need credit help, we're here to make it happen. And of course, great deals.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com, a proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So for head-banging deals that are music to your ears, at Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Drive into fall event.
With approval term 24 months, due signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, and tax type 498 Dr. DNV.
My man, Dr. Jay Shah, specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, and sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Samwell Pain for all their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
There he goes to the 20, 10, Let's go! 5! That's a Jet touchdown! That's a Jet touchdown!
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action and get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Well, think again. Bring in your AT&T and T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and they'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where everybody in the family can choose their own plan and save. So, bring your bill to your local Verizon store and they'll give you a better deal.
Rankings based on root metrics. Root score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Want to turn up the heat and turn up the savings this winter? Go with Petro. Switch now and get $125 free heating oil with reliable delivery in any weather, flexible pricing plans, an easy budget plan, and live 24/7 service and support. Go with your local HVAC pros at Petro for best-in-class service and comfort you can count on. Use propane? Ask about special offers. Go to petro.com now to get your $125 free heating oil or call 1-888-PETRO02 today. Propane not available in all areas.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. How long have I been talking about the Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer? You know how much I love it, but check out what one of our listeners says. It's phenomenal. You want to make a brisket, you look at your phone, and your mouth starts watering when you've got 20 minutes left. Phenomenal. The Chef IQ Sense is the wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat. Whether cooking on a stovetop, oven, or grill, the app alerts you when everything's done. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense now at chefiq.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go.
This song hits me in all the right spots here. Between this and the NBA on NBC last night, I'm all fired up for it. I will say, you mentioned it before. We'll get back to the calls here in just a second. 888-808-1019. Knicks open their season tonight, even banged up. And I was just reading something that Karl Anthony Towns might not play tonight. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's opening night.
Did these guys get on a treadmill during the offseason? Did anybody practice?
Like, what is like the music you could play from the 90s, NBA and NBC, the Knicks thing? Like, these guys are missing opening night?
I know.
You're banged up already? I mean, geez, what's going on here? But you mentioned it earlier to start, and I think it's a fascinating conversation because we did have it a little bit last year where 2 years ago, you loved that Knicks team. And I think a lot of people love that Knicks team. So it was a lot of fun watching them throughout the course of the regular season, on in the postseason. Last year, it was a little less love and a little less fun because the expectations were raised, and we needed to see what they were going to be, and it didn't live up to the expectation. Basically, right out of the gate, it was like, hey, man, this team's not looking as good as we thought that they should look. Now, I chose to give them time. I'm like, it's early on. I want to see them gel. Let's see what could happen. But that was basically an all-year thing, like the regular season, whatever. Just get to the postseason, and let's see what happened. You didn't fall in love with them. And I think we're in the same spot again this year where it's a similar group to what we had last year. A head coach now that I don't love and can't get behind, but it's also going to be an evaluation of what Mike Brown's going to do differently than Tibbs. And how this group is going to respond in a second year together, meaning the big stars. I know they have a deeper bench. Yabusele, I'm looking forward to watching him. And
he's gonna.
Clarkson,
We're gonna love him.
Yeah, agreed. I like him with
I
liked him with the Sixers or whatever. Clarkson could be a much better bench option than the Knicks had a year ago. So there are elements that are going to be better. But seeing Bridges, Towns, Brunson, the main guy, Anunoby, seeing those guys, Mitch, hopefully a healthy majority of the year healthy, that's going to be the evaluation until they get to the postseason again.
Well, and that's the evaluation that we have of the players, and that's from a fan's perspective, and that's just the natural reality of what we do. And think about this. So I think we mentioned this off the air, and I think it was in the update. So yesterday, St. John's was voted by the coaches #1 preseason in the conference, right?
Okay.
UConn #2, and obviously St. John's was very high. They were inside the top 5, which was their best ranking ever in terms of the AP, right? Now, I say that because we all know what happened with St. John's last year, 31-5, Big East regular season champs, Big East tournament champions, losing round 2, Arkansas, Calipari, and really the enjoyment for many, because they played so poorly in that game, was largely diluted, if you really think about it. And now, as we move into this season, the expectation's totally different, which means the ride's going to be very different. There's going to be more criticisms for St. John's if they lose a game they shouldn't. That's going to apply to the Knicks as well, which is why I said at the start of the show, in a lot of ways, this is one of my least enjoyable type of season, where it's either win it all or you didn't do anything.
I know, but here's the other part of the problem, and it's not just the NBA. It's happening in baseball now as well. The regular season, like if the Knicks lost if they lost the first 4 games, we'd be disappointed, but does it really matter? Does it really mean anything?
If they were 0-4, they would be. I know what you mean, and you don't talk about the NBA every day like we do the Yanks and the Mets and the Jets. I get that.
0-4, but
this place would be on fire. I really, especially if the Giants lose this weekend and that buzz kind of dissipates. Forget about the Jets. I think the Knicks would get cooked. I know I'd cook them.
Yeah, I think we'd be upset, but like, does it really matter? They're going to make the playoffs. Like they're going to have a bad streak or so. Like, they'll make the postseason, and even if let's say that they have a disappointing regular season, forget even the 0-4
So let's say 51 wins, which would be lower than their projected.
Let's say they're a 5 seed.
Oh, 5 seeds utterly unacceptable. 5 seed.
Understood, but they could get in the postseason and still get to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. Like, it really, I hate to say that because I want to get into the regular season. And obviously, you want to be a top seed. They've been a top seed before. It didn't work out. They were a 4 seed, didn't work out. Whatever seed they were when it did work out, and they overachieved in the postseason. Like, it really doesn't matter that much. You don't need the way that it did in the 90s, let's say, where you needed home court to have success throughout a deep playoff run, or it certainly helped. Now it doesn't feel like that's the case.
It doesn't mean that you can't get hot, and it doesn't mean that you can't go from a 5 seed, which wouldn't even be hosting. Imagine if the Knicks aren't hosting the first round.
I know, that'd be a
come
problem.
on, that would be a disaster of a season. Unacceptable. But to your point,
I don't think it's a crazy thought. Like, you're right to be unacceptable. I think it's possible.
I mean, listen, if Jordan was here or Shaq was somewhere in the East or LeBron at age 25, yeah, maybe. I mean, the Eastern Conference stinks. I know the Magic are young and good, but the injuries, no way. 5 is unacceptable. 4 is unacceptable. To me, 3 is unacceptable. If they're not 1 or 2, then something went wrong. But again, we'll judge this in real time and we'll react to that. But to me, think about like the ability to recover from a quote unquote subpar regular season. I hear you. But I also think that would probably reveal some character issues or some roster issues that led them to being a 4 or 5 seed, which probably wouldn't, like, meaning they wouldn't have enough to bounce back and to still recover in the postseason.
Fair enough, understood. And I think that it's more likely that happens than this team reaching the expectation of running away with a 1 seed, rolling through the regular season to close to 60 wins, over 60 wins. I don't see that. I think they'll be better offensively. I think it goes more the way of Don Nelson in his first year.
Nelly getting run out by Patrick, the big fella, said, get out of here. I'm not giving Anthony Mason the ball. I'm going to run it through me.
Now, the difference is the players already, some of them ran Tibbs out. Like Jalen Brunson's not going to go running Mike Brown out, I wouldn't think, unless it got so bad. But I would think it's going to be more like that disappointing regular season than reaching the expectation of being the best team in the East. Matt is in Austin. What's up, Matt?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Matt.
I just wanted. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good,
Thanks
man.
for taking a call. I just wanted to get your opinion, and I'll leave the basketball IQ. I defer that to you guys. But I was a Tibbs fan. I think it, and I'm not a Brown hater. I just think when a team has kind of been structured in a certain way, and you bring in a new coach, I never see that much success in year one, and that's exactly what we're expecting from the Knicks. That's number one. Your opinion on that?
Well, think about this real quick, Matt, before you give your second opinion. Last year was year number one with Tibbs and a new version of the Knicks, bringing in multiple star players to try to figure that out. Now they move on from him, and now it's year number one with a new head coach. So yeah, I mean, there is going to be a learning curve, just like we see in the NFL. It's year one, and he's expected to come and hit the ground running and have this team turn into a championship team, which they haven't been.
Right, but the culture was set with Tibbs, right? And I think, to the point that you guys were making just before, which I didn't know, that Towns is already not, whether he's in great shape, obviously not, or is he hurt, not even to play. Yeah. You think that happens under Tibbs? I mean, I don't think so.
No, you don't know. I mean, I can't say that. I don't know. I mean, you don't know either, so I'm not saying that it's, foolish to bring up. Listen, something that we got into yesterday, right? So Matt Barnes, not his pod, but some other pod, and we played it for you, but we'll just basically tell you what happened if you missed it. Basically said he really likes Mike Brown. He's a great guy, but he's better as a number two. That, so he let some of his teams walk all over him. Now, to me, all right, that's not what you want to hear when you try to win a championship. Right. I understand that.
Especially not in New York, bro. That may fly in Sacramento. It's not. Maybe even
it didn't
LA,
even fly in Sacramento because they wound up turning it on him. But that's a team that was young, whatever. The difference, and this is going to bear itself out over the course of the season, so I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be right, but I think I'm in the right direction here because this Knicks team is a very self-motivated group with great character and great knowledge of what their destination has to be. Jalen Brunson knows that for him to really receive that final tap of the coronation, he's got to be a champion. He's at the throne, doesn't have the scepter yet. When he wins, he will.
But think about it this way: if Brunson, do you believe? And I don't know this. We're just speculating. I believe that Brunson would have preferred to have Tibbs back. I don't think he hates Brown. I think he would have preferred to bring Tibbs back. What do you think? You think Brunson had any doing of Tibbs moving on?
I honestly don't know. I think it was more Towns, Bridges.
Right, so let's just meet there.
I think.
Now let's paint the scenario that it does become like Don Nelson, and the Knicks all of a sudden are struggling, and they're losing, and a quarter of the way into the season, it's not reaching the level of expectation. Yeah. And Brunson, who's the star of the team, the leader, the captain, sees the stuff that Mike Brown is doing as a head coach in comparison to the way that it was with Tibbs. And if I'm him, I'm like, yo, this is not going to fly here. We had a certain standard. We were doing things a certain way, and we were having success with that. And this guy comes in, and he just ain't it. There is the possibility, at least in my opinion, that happens. That's why I say Don Nelson. And if Brunson doesn't think that Brown's the right guy or the work ethic or the team's not buying in or listening or playing hard enough, I mean, that's how you could have some issues here.
Doors open for that. I don't rule it out. Understood. That's a little bit of a risk that you take here. But I would ask this: did Phil Jackson set the standard, or did MJ and Pippen in terms of playing hard in practice? I think it's the players. What about Pat Riley? Pat's great, but was it Kareem and Magic and some of the others? Was it Patrick Ewing as a worker? Now you need that greatness to be a dynasty, but is it Steph Curry and Klay Thompson back in the day, or was it Steve Kerr as the impetus to their success? I think it's more player driven, which is why even if there is an issue, a flare up, a disconnect, or guys trying to walk all over Mike Brown, I believe that Brunson is such a reliable leader that he will address it and will be able to effectively snuff it out the first time. Now, if it keeps going, it could grow into something bigger, but I think Brunson, I just have great comfort in him being a true captain.
BT and Sal on the Fan Warrior calls. We come back, 888-808-1019.
All right, Sal, another good ride into the city today, which is something I rarely say. The Cadillac Escalade IQ is humming. I actually got another massage today, bouncing around, listening to Boomer and Geo. Figuring out how to work the lights. For a minute, I thought I was going to Mars. I was just trying to get to the Holland Tunnel. I got everything figured out now, and it's absolutely awesome. 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance, which obviously is fantastic. Others for the range. So when I got it, they dropped it off, Sal. It said, I think it was 441 miles fully charged, which I've never had when I obviously go to the pump and get some gas. So the other way that you enjoy a Cadillac is it's a pretty good way to make an entrance. You know, pull up and say, wow, look at the Cadillac. So the Cadillac is absolutely awesome.
Oh, yeah. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. That's what you're talking about. You have the the Escalade IQ. I have the Optic right now. And I'm with you. I've been commuting now 3 days. The battery is like it's still 60%.
Comforting, huh?
Yeah, it is nice to know that. You got the Escalade IQ, the Vistic, the Optic, and the Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. Really is a smooth ride. I'm enjoying it. The BT and Sal Show is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. This Odyssey Sports Minute brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. Look out for pedestrians. Safety is a shared responsibility.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki. This summer, the 52-year-old former Mariner, Yankee, and Marlin became the first Japanese player inducted into Cooperstown after receiving 99.7% of the votes. Yet just 3 weeks ago, he played right field in Seattle's intra-squad scrimmage. And before Mariners games, he long tosses with Julio Rodriguez and shags fly balls. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Sports fans, listen up. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and bladder leaks can be a side effect. That's why Depend is teaming up with the Prostate Cancer Foundation to encourage screening, because health is a long game and it's yours to win. Now, here's the cool part. Through November, Depend is contributing up to $300,000 to prostate cancer research by donating 25 cents for every purchase of Depend shields, guards, and Real Fit products. Void in Mississippi? Learn more at depend.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel's your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or want to jump in and ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who's going to score next to fourth quarter comebacks. It is all there. Plus, you can even combine live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to roll, now's a perfect time to join because FanDuel's giving new customers $300 back in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/BT to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. I've been telling you about FanDuel for almost a decade at this point. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, and also the official sports book of us here at WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Wouldn't you know if you made $7 million? D.C. politician Mikey Sherrill is so out of touch, she can't even remember.
It said she made millions on the stock market, tripling her net worth while in Congress, and was then fined for unreported trades. Is that true or false?
So, I think we made money.
Come on. Who wouldn't know if they made $7 million? I'm Jack Chittarelli, born and raised right here in New Jersey, where it's never been harder for the middle class. That's why I'm running for governor, to fix our state. In Congress, the only thing Mikey Sherrill fixed was her bank account. And she voted for higher taxes on your tips and overtime. Mikey even voted for higher taxes on your Social Security. Who does that? Let's be clear. I'm the only candidate with a plan to make New Jersey affordable. I'll reduce property taxes and lower energy bills, because you should keep more of what you earn.
New Jersey, Jack Chittarelli is the change we need. Mikey Sherrill is just more of the same. Paid for by Chitterelli for Governor Inc., P.O. Box 225, Annandale, New Jersey.
DreamWorks Water Park is now splashier than ever with Gabby's Dollhouse Kiddie Splash Garden. It's the largest indoor water park and splash pad in North America. Just minutes from Manhattan. Get tickets at AmericanDream.com.
Visit your local Kia dealers to discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. It's the perfect balance of quality, dependability, power, and style. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Just printed from the Erie Canal Press, the most coveted ticket, New York Lottery's $1 million raffle, hath arrived. 15 fortunate souls shall come into the fortune of a millionaire.
Translation, the $1 million raffle is here, and 15 winners are going to become millionaires. The New York Lottery commemorates 200 years of the Erie Canal with your best odds of winning $1 million. Limited tickets available. Ask your local retailer today. Please pay responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
London Jewelers presents their annual watch fair at the Americana Manhasset Friday, October 24th through Sunday, October 26th from noon to 5 p.m. Experience the latest collections of distinctive timepieces from the world's most prestigious watch brands. From selection to service, London Jewelers is a trusted, authorized retailer for the world's finest watch brands. Come to the London Jewelers Annual Watch Fair at the Americana Manhasset Friday, October 24th through Sunday, October 26th. London Jewelers since 1926.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
I'm from my New York Knicks. Gotta rep the city with my New York Knicks. Yeah, I'm from my New York Knicks. Holla if you with me in my New York Knicks. Yeah, I'm from my New York
back on the Fan.
Let me hear your voice from my New York
888-808-1019, the number to call. We're talking Knicks, who get their season started tonight, even though it might be shorthanded here. So they open tonight at the Garden against Cleveland, who should be one of the teams that they're going to be contending with in the Eastern Conference. I'm still not counting out Boston. I know that Tatum, obviously, the injury that could derail them. I know that they made some big changes in the offseason. Dude, I think some of these teams we're just sleeping on here, though, in the East, whether it's Orlando, whether it's Boston a little bit. Who knows about Miami, Chicago? I really don't know the landscape of it. I know Indiana's banged up. I know the Boston Celtics are banged up, and people just give up on those. You never know. Maybe Philadelphia comes back to life this year with a healthy Joel Embiid. I just don't think it's going to be as easy in the Eastern Conference as people make it seem.
For me, it's as easy as it's ever been. No, not in terms of knowing if the Knicks are going to win, the East, but in terms of identifying. For me, the top 3 or 4 teams, I think Philly's done. The Wizards are trash.
Now, why Philly done?
I don't like their roster at all, and I really think Embiid's physically a massive issue moving forward. I don't think he plays more than 50 games. If he plays 50, I don't even think they remotely factor in. The Wizards are trash. The Hornets are trash. The Raptors are trash. The Nets are young. Show them a little respect because they're from here. The Bucks are probably going to trade Giannis. I would say, to me, outside of the Knicks, obviously the Cavaliers, the Pistons are coming, though I think they're still a year away. The Pacers will not be the same without Halliburton. The Magic are a very good team, and the Magic are a team.
What about the Heat?
Okay. I mean, I always have respect for that franchise with Spoelstra and Pat Riley, but where was it? Hold on. One more. The Magic really gave the Knicks issues a year ago.
Right.
They're young. They're explosive. So I think the Magic are a 50-win team, and I think the Magic, are going to be a top 4 playoff team. I would say the Knicks, the Cavs, the Magic, and then maybe the Celtics or one of those other variables. But the Knicks are right up the top.
I want to pull up the projected win totals in the Eastern Conference. Cavaliers. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Cavaliers.
Can I guess?
If you want, sure.
58.5.
50 and 50.
The Cavaliers?
Projected wins 50.1. Yeah. Now I'm not. Hold on. Let me give you the. Okay, I just pulled up ESPN.com. Whatever.
Yeah.
So the bet number. I'll give you that. ESPN bet has it over under 56.5.
All right, close.
So I'm not going to go projected wins. I'll go the over under total.
Mm-hmm.
Magic. You go ahead. Take it.
I'm going to say 50.5.
The number is 51.5.
Okay.
Knicks.
So I would say slightly below the Cavaliers, 54.5, 55?
53.5.
Okay.
Pacers.
42.5?
38.5.
Yeah, okay.
Celtics.
45.5?
40.5.
Wow.
That to me is low. I'd go over that. Their coach is just too good. Milwaukee.
I don't have a real good read on that because I do think they trade him. I could see him being 41 and 41.
Yeah, 42.5.
There you go.
Atlanta.
I don't like Atlanta. Even though there's some talent. 39.5?
46.5.
Yeah, it's a little bit high for me. I don't love them.
Detroit.
I like Detroit. I would say the Pistons probably in that 47.5 range.
45.5.
Okay.
Toronto. Not very good.
They stink.
38.5.
Yep.
Miami, 38.5. So they're down on Miami. Philadelphia, 42.5.
Yeah, basically saying they're 500. I don't like them. Who else did we miss?
Bulls 31.5. And then the Nets and Hornets are in the Nets 20.5.
I mean, those are lottery teams.
Hornets
young teams.
26.5 and the Wizards 20.5. I mean, based on that does match everybody's expectation. Oh, nobody needs. It's just never as easy as it may seem. One of these teams, nobody thought the Cavs were going to be as good as they were a year ago.
I think some people did.
Good? I mean, they were the best team in the conference.
Yeah, but think about the way they looked against the Knicks the previous year. They were just young and raw and a little bit too not physically developed enough or tested in the paint with those young bigs. And then they came back and they hit the weight room and they got a little bit more seasoned. I think the Cavaliers were supposed to be good last year.
Yeah, and I would say that they're better than the Knicks. Now, postseason may be a different story. We'll see. But the Cavs, I think, going in.
A lot of respect. They're going to be tough.
Yeah, BT and Sal on the Fan. Vinny is calling from Long Island. What's up, Vin?
What's going on, boys? Good to hear from you. Happy Knicks Day. Here we go.
There you go, Vin.
So listen. Obviously, we know what certain Knicks are going to do. Brunson, OG, Hart, Robinson. We know what they're going to do. To me, the key to this year, absolutely, is Bridges and Cat. They obviously made a little bit of a noise problem last year, and that's what got Tibbs out. So they got to really prove that Cat's going to do his thing, and he's going to shoot threes like he does, his 3 or 4 threes. I want to see more Cat in the paint, and hopefully with Brown's offensive scheme. He's a beast when he's in the paint. You saw what he did in the playoffs last year. I want to see more of that.
I go the exact opposite myself.
Kind of with you, Sal.
I want to see Cat on the perimeter. You saw it in the postseason last year, Vinny. He can get tough buckets. He also is out of control at times.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm hoping Brown can reel that in. I mean, listen, they made a lot of noise. Bridges also. He was brought here primarily for his defensive prowess. Let's see what he can do. I like the depth that they got on their bench this year, and it's going to give them a lot of breathing room at the end of the game. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a 55-win season. I want to see them at least get to the championship. Of course, I want them to win, but they got to get there this year.
Yeah, that's where we're at, and good call. I think that's the sentiment. Now, will they get there? I don't know. Is it supreme confidence? No, it's not. As Sal and I detailed to start the show, if you guys missed anything, free Odyssey app. I mean, Mitch is not playing tonight. Hart's not playing tonight, and those were things that have been lingering for weeks now. So when you don't play opening night, that's not the same as getting a rest maintenance day in the middle of January against the Charlotte Hornets. Coming off a 3-game and 7-day road trip out west, whatever. Like if you're not playing opening night, something's up.
I do think though it shows you the minimizing of the regular season. Like if this were a playoff game, would both those guys be out? Probably not.
I think there's a problem with Mitchell Robinson. I think the Knicks are being
shocker.
I know.
What a shock.
I know. I think the Knicks are being a little bit cute with this. There's something up with that ankle. I got a bad feeling about this. I really do.
We talked about this a little bit at the end of last year. I don't know if we really got into it in the offseason, but they could have looked to trade him as well. I understand I loved Mitch more than anybody last year was talking about. I wanted Mitch more than I wanted Hartenstein. I valued his defense, rebounding. Problem is, he's a liability. Even at his best, when he is healthy, he is an extreme liability on the offensive end when they're going to foul him. The other thing is he never stays healthy. If you could have gotten something for Mitch, maybe they figured that out midway through the year where they're thinking, you know what, this just ain't it, and we got to go in a different direction because there's obviously value there. You're not just dumping him and getting rid of him. He's a valuable player. If he can't stay healthy this year, I've had enough of Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, this is the last. That's it. I mean, if it doesn't work out for Mitch here, I would move on as well. And I'm a big fan. But listen, there's basketball deficiencies, and then there's an element of being physically unreliable. That's not a good combination.
Right. When you have both, it's a problem. Mike is in New Rochelle. What's up, Mike?
Mike.
Yeah, how you doing, fellas? Good morning. Listen, to be honest with you, dynasties have zero flaws. Championships teams do. But, we're not talking about Russell, Magic, Michael Kobe, or Isaiah. I mean, look, Health is always going to be a premium. And by cutting the minutes and expanding the bench, this is what we've been talking about for the last couple of years. Let's see what happens by expanding the bench. It's something we haven't had the opportunity to do it. And even if Brown doesn't work out, much like Westfall Collins, look, we've got enough to win just one championship. And that's something Patrick didn't do and Kidd did it.
What makes you think they have enough, Mike?
Well, hey, look, here's the one thing. If you don't play a bench, all we're doing is exhausting.
Right, but you're worried about the bench, where I'm worried about the stars. So that's why I just asked you.
I'm thinking about cutting the minutes. Listen, you cut the minutes, you're going to have healthier players at the end of the year, possibly less injuries.
Injuries weren't the reason, and thanks for the call, Mike. Get a bad line there. Injuries weren't the reason the Knicks didn't win the championship a year ago.
Now 2 years ago, it prevented him from getting to the further when OG ripped up his hamstring and Brunson was jacked up.
Yeah,
and
Randall was hurt the whole
because
year
of that punk Embiid. Yeah,
after they traded for Anunoby, they were looking like the best team in the league. Randall goes down, and they were never the same. So yes, 2 years ago, injuries major factor. Last year, injuries not a major factor. That's why. And you can talk about the improved bench, and I agree. And you want to talk about resting players, fair enough. Okay, they're going to be well rested in the postseason. Ultimately, it's still going to come down to the same thing: are Brunson and Towns a good enough tandem to win an NBA title? And that's where I'd say no. I said it last year, and I don't think so again this year.
That worries me, too. I wish I had a different answer. And it's not about Brunson, but if I'm going to attack this as a duo, as we often see in the NBA, the way it's gone now with two superstars, if Brunson has, whether he's in foul issue, which he's shown a propensity to do in the playoffs here, whether it's foul issues or he tweaks an ankle in the playoffs or he's just having a 5 for 19 night and he's not hitting, do you guys have confidence Karl Anthony Towns down the stretch? I don't mean in the first round against a Pistons team that wasn't ready. I'm talking about a team that could look you in the eye and say, we're as good as you or we're better. Can you see him carrying you to a win? I mean, I can see him making buckets, but I could also see him, being a, Olay on defense. He worries me.
Let me ask you it this way. And this is a layup here, but I'm just... would you rather have Brunson and Giannis or Brunson and Cat?
Yeah, but I wish we could trade for Giannis today.
That's kind of the point. So I'm all for I like building it the tough way and not trying to take the cheap way. However, if you're looking at the tandems, and I know Giannis already won one, but that's not just the reason why. The point is, it's not about Brunson not being good enough.
Correct.
It's about the combo not being good enough. More specifically about Towns. Brunson and Giannis. Sit back, put your feet up, and say, all right, now I believe. Whether they get it done or not, who knows? But at least I would believe that is a championship, truly a championship caliber tandem.
I'm with you, and I know we got to go here for a second, but the caller brought up Patrick Ewing just for a second. Patrick never had anything that looked like this as a roster. Never.
No, this is the best, most talented team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, now ball movement, shooting, obviously those 69-73 teams with Clyde and Pearl and DeBusschere. And okay, I get it. No three-point line, whatever. I'm going to always defer to that team in terms of intelligence and cohesion and just moving the ball. But in terms of sheer volume of shooters and playmakers, Patrick didn't have half of what this roster has. It's go time.
BT, it's Al on the Fan. More your calls. We come back. We'll also work the Jets and Woody Johnson into the conversation. Remember, too, Steve Summers, special treat. He'll be in studio with us at 12:30 to promote his new book, Me Here, You There. Can't wait to talk to Schmooze. I read the book. I loved it, so we'll have him in studio. We'll continue with your calls, 888-808-1019. BT, it's Al on the Fan.
It's Evan and Kiki. Afternoons on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
When you give up 33 points in the fourth quarter, I don't care how good you are. You don't deserve the win.
Listen to Evan and Kiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus. $10 a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Run or walk with Giants legends. The Giants Foundation will host a 5K race and kids run presented by Quest on Sunday, October 26th at 9 a.m. at MetLife Stadium. Net proceeds will benefit the Giants Foundation. All participants will receive a commemorative t-shirt, and after the race, stay for a post-race festival with appearances by Giants legends and a live DJ. Register now at giants.com/5K. The Giants Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store, right here in Jackson Heights, you can chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. We're located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Ave. We're ready to help.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Find excellence in every detail in a new Volvo. From Volvo Cars Ramsey. Now find excellent offers with your first lease payment waived. Lease a new 2025 Volvo XC60 B5 Plus all-wheel drive, $497 per month for 36 months at Volvo Cars Ramsey, where it's all about you. Call 833-853-2975 for lease details. MSRP $55,540. VIN S1015920. Loaner vehicle 5,193 miles, $3,700 down payment, tax title registration extra, 0 security deposit, ends 10/31/25.
Athletes know performance starts in the gut. At Terra Origin, we fuse ancient Ayurvedic wisdom with modern science to fuel recovery, resilience, and real results. Our most popular gut health formulas are packed with probiotics, prebiotics, and time-tested herbs, supporting digestion, immunity, and endurance from the inside out. Because your gut powers more than your workout. It powers you. Terra Origin. Ancient roots, athletic results. Shop now at TerraOrigin.com.
Everywhere in New York City, city agencies are busy delivering for you. Since 2022, a record-breaking 183,000 small businesses have opened. In 2024 and 2025, major crime dropped across the city. And now, every kid gets access to a brand new universal after-school program. That's NYC, delivering for you, every day, everywhere. Find out how at deliveringforyou.nyc.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 11:06.
9:02. I'm Chris Lopresti. This Sports Flash sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. Also sponsored by Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. One legendary name, two exceptional Lexus destinations. Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth, where they proudly sell more Lexus vehicles than any other Lexus dealership in New Jersey. Experience the best selection and expert service only at Ray Cattina Lexus. Season openers for NBA locals tonight. Knicks and Cavs from the Garden. There'll be no Josh Hart, no Mitchell Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns listed as questionable, dealing with a bit of a quad strain. Mikal Bridges is good to go, though, and looking ahead to the task of guarding Cleveland's Donovan Mitchell.
Just knowing that three-level score, about 5'10", with a size 17 shoe. That's my boy, by the way. That could jump 50 inches in the air, so he's just unorthodox a little bit. But you're really talented.
Meantime, the Nets will visit the Hornets. That game is on the Fan with coverage beginning at 6:50. Hockey-wise, Islanders edge San Jose 4-3. Rookie defenseman Matthew Schaefer, a goal and an assist. He's got at least 1 point in each of the first 6 games of his NHL career. The Devils won up in Toronto 5-2. Jack Hughes with a hat trick. New Jersey 5-1. They'll turn around and host the Minnesota Wild tonight at Prudential Center. Fan weather sponsored by the United Healthcare Medicare store in Jackson Heights. We've got 60 degrees, sunny skies right now in Central Park. And with Sports Flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
New York City, the time is now. You see our squad, they fear us now. New York, we here. New York, we here. They're gonna
BT is out back on the Fan. Knicks opening night tonight at the world's most famous arena, taking on the Cavaliers. We're looking forward to that, even with a potentially depleted Knicks team. No Josh Hart, no Mitchell Robinson. We'll see what happens with Karl Anthony Towns. But game one in what should be it's at least hoping to be a championship season, or at the very least, an Eastern Conference winning season with the Knicks. But we'll see with that. More on your calls with the Knicks, 888-808-1019. We got to get more into the Woody Johnson stuff from yesterday, BT, because it was happening kind of for our last segment when all the news was coming out. When we read some of the, I couldn't believe how bad, I was going to use a different word, but how bad some of those quotes were from Woody Johnson. He ripped the quarterback, he ripped the team. It's like he's not even aware of what he's doing.
He's an idiot pertaining to football. I don't mean as a human, as a football owner, he's an idiot.
Well, but
it's terrible.
It's not even just a football owner. Like, if he were not an idiot from a human standpoint, like, who goes out there and talks to the media and says, if we could just complete a pass, it would look good?
Yeah.
You're destroying your quarterback who you brought in because you didn't want Aaron Rodgers, or at the very least, the guys that you hired brought in. Like, no owner should ever say that. And then questioning the fans, like, I think the real fans know what... No,
the real fans want you gone. Trust me, I speak for the real fans because I am one of them. All right, so... And I really don't use the word idiot often, but when you jettison a Hall of Famer who's having a good season in Aaron Rodgers, and then 7 games in, just railroad the guy that you signed off on, you're an idiot. That's how I read it. So to be fair to Woody momentarily, it's not like he had this agenda and said, I'm going to speak today, and then just said this drivel, whatever he said. He walked into
gobbledygook.
There you go. Gobbledygook. Malarkey. Sounds malarkey, I tell you. And he walks into the owners' meeting, and he's asked questions, clearly. Now, he says, guys, I don't have anything for you today. He's just trying to get about his day and do his business and meet with the other owners. I heard he was the last owner to get there. Not surprising, so he's even late for that. Late to the party. Every other owner's there. He's not. But I don't think he wanted to sound like an idiot yesterday. I don't think he was proactively an idiot yesterday. I think that there was just a situation where there were microphones forced in his face. He started to speak, and he sounded like an idiot. And it's hopeless, and he's clueless. And, Boomer said something this morning, and unfortunately, he's right. He's like, listen, you guys, and I don't know if he was talking to me. He didn't name names. Me, Joe, probably talking about people like us. You can scream all you want about sell the team, Woody sells. He's not selling.
Right.
So it's really wasted breath. It's wasted energy. It might temporarily make us feel better, which is why I think I do it once in a while. But Woody Johnson is the owner of the Jets, and that ain't changing, and probably neither will their fortunes.
Right. But if you were really that invested as a fan, anti the owner, then you just have to give up. Like, because Boomer's right, and we've talked about this before. I don't think there's any point in saying sell the team. It actually happened with the Mets.
I know.
But that's the anomaly. Like, that doesn't happen often.
Well,
and
it's a financial ruin for that to happen if you think about it.
Correct. So that's not the norm. That the Met fans called a break there in having, the stuff going on. Not that you want that to have that happen.
No,
but
for sure.
We know where the franchise was at post-2009, and we know where it is now with Steve Cohen, who's got the highest payroll in the sport. So Met fans are thankful of that being the case. Jet fans may want the owner out. Knick fans may have wanted the owner out. It's just not going to happen. So to me, that doesn't make any sense. But if you're that against the way he's running things, you have to force yourself not to care. Like, that's it. Just find another hobby. Find another team, a fantasy team, bet on a team, pick a team, any team. You can't invest in it because it's going nowhere. When he comes out, and you're right, I don't think he meant any harm.
He didn't.
I don't think he knows any better. I forget the name of the book that I was in the middle of listening to. Somebody recommended it a year ago.
The Schmoozer book?
No. That one I finished and loved it. It was like Crazy Rich or something like that. It was about Woody Johnson and the Johnson family.
I remember hearing about this. Yeah.
Like, even in the first few chapters that I read or listened to, whatever, he's like so far. Now, maybe the majority of owners are like this, I don't know, but so far out of touch that, like, it's beyond comprehension for normal person like me. Like, I couldn't believe how out of touch he is. Like, people think Kim Kardashian's out of touch because she doesn't know how much a carton of milk costs. I don't think that's bad. Like, I have no idea what milk costs either.
Throw it on the thing, and I just pay for whatever else I'm getting.
Well, how bad can it be? Like, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. I need
it's
it.
Not
$70
it was
a month ago. Okay, well, whatever. It's going up. You know what? Same thing with gas.
So your 401k, by the way, Dove.
Unless you're driving the all-electric Lyric or whatever from the Cadillac, like, you need gas, right? What's the difference? $4, $2? I need it.
I got to pay anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So
got me by the short ones.
But he is like completely.
He's lost.
And it even shows you the way that he talks to the media. Like, oh, Jeff Fans should know any better. Oh, our quarterback, he couldn't complete a pass. Like, dude, that's not the way you communicate in the real world.
No, it's not. I mean, so he did get one thing right. He's like, listen, Jet fans are smart. Exactly. That's why we want you gone, because we are smart and we know that you're not good. Like, I got to just be very honest. This is, like, for me, I don't know. Like, I really don't want to cross that path of just being overtly disrespectful just to be disrespectful. I'm really, and I called him an idiot for football, so I guess that's very disrespectful, and that's fine, because just for football. But I don't really, like, the next step is, I say something that I really can't take back. I don't know where else to go. I'm beginning, first it's like, the dog who just doesn't have a connection to the owner anymore, and you kind of disengage. But now I can feel it bubbling back up. Now I feel like I'm the pit bull in the corner, and they have a piece of steak, and they keep taking it away from me, and I want to attack.
Because he's embarrassing you.
Yeah, you know what? That's an interesting way to look at it. You're right. I can just wallow in my misery and not be bothered and not bother anybody and watch the Jets emotionless and do the podcast and just keep the train moving. You're right, though. You nailed it. When he surfaces and I hear the quotes and I watch them and I listen and I just think about how far removed we are from being relevant and how far away we are from actually being good, like, I can't take it anymore.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. Mo, back to the Knicks. Mo is calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Mo?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. What's up, Mo?
I think the Knicks took a big step back with the coach. And the only reason why we're not talking about being the 4th or 5th seed is because of the injuries that Indiana and Boston had in the postseason. And, Mike Brown is an average coach. He's an average coach. And I thought Thibodeau was an above average coach. We beat Boston when we had no chance of beating Boston. And I think he did a lot of things strategically on the court that made that happen. And, I'm a Knicks fan. I hope I'm 100% wrong because, I've never seen them win a championship. I'm only 40 years old. But I just think that, we'll probably be the 2nd or 3rd seed, but that's because of the injuries. And then in the postseason, I just don't think it's going to look that great.
Yeah, I mean, look, we expect them to get there, Mo, and thank you for the call. We expect the Knicks to get to the postseason. I do not expect the Knicks to thrive in the postseason. I don't think they're going to live up to the expectation in the regular season. So before we get there, and I know it's inevitable that they're going to get there, but I don't think they're going to live up to the expectation, the lofty expectations that people have set. I could be wrong. Sure. I think it's going to be more Don Nelson than it is going to be successful year one, and the Knicks win 55, 58, whatever games, look great, and then everybody feels good about their chances going in the postseason. That could happen. There's a path to that. There's also a path to the other way, and I think it's going to go more the other way before it goes towards 60 wins.
All right, so let me ask you this here. Let's say we're same exact situation. It's 11-12 on opening night in the morning, getting ready for the Knicks and the Cavs, and Cat's likely not playing. Mitch is out. Hart's out, but Tom Thibodeau's the coach. Okay. Tom Thibodeau's still the coach. Yeah. How you feeling about the season?
I'm still feeling curious because I need to see, okay, well, now year two. But I trust it more. I trust Tibbs more because I know the base, I know the foundation, I know what he's about. And I trust that they're going to be tougher and more playoff ready. I know it hasn't worked out in the postseason, but I don't think it was because of the deficiencies of the head coach. I believe it was more about Karl Anthony Towns. But I would be curious by how they look in year two. And we talked about this before last year or during last year. I would have at least given him another year. And if they looked in season, and this is where you and I disagree, like you said, why waste time?
Yep.
I would have said if they looked in season, like you know what, it's just not working, then you make the change. So that would have been the difference with me. I still would have been evaluating, but just in year two, you assume they would have gotten similar players on the bench with Clarkson, Yabusele, so they'd be better there. Maybe guys rest a little bit more. I wanted to see one more year with Tibbs with this group.
I remember the conversation well, and see, my rationale, which was the opposite of your thinking, was what I can't risk here, because this is not a 5-year window. This is Brunson on a very team-friendly deal. This is, some players in their prime where eventually they're going to be slowly exiting their prime. So, like last year, why I was much less willing, I flat out didn't want it. And again, respect to Tibbs, but I didn't want it. I didn't want to start this year with Tom Thibodeau and it go awry, which I thought it could, because I don't think his ceiling is high as some think, is as high as some think, and then have to make a change mid-season and have it not work and potentially waste a full year of guys in their prime. Like, that's what I was saying back then. And the reality of it is this, right? Now, I don't know if Mike Brown's going to be better than Tom Thibodeau. I'm open to trying something different. The Knicks have the second highest payroll this year. Right. The Knicks next year have the second highest payroll. In terms of what's on the books for the 2027-2028 season, the Knicks have the second highest payroll. So I'm not saying you can't get out of it with the trade and Giannis and stuff.
Yeah, the only out is Giannis.
But they're all in.
This is it. This is it.
And we knew that when they traded for Bridges.
Correct. We knew it last year. Last year was they're all in. So then they said, okay, we fell short. They determined that Tibbs was part of the problem. So they figured, okay, we fell short. Here's why, X, Y, and Z. We believe bringing in a new head coach can elevate us. They're trying to elevate what they have. They're all in as best they can. They shore up the bench. They get a little deeper. They bring in a new head coach. They think it's going to maximize the offense more. Now they're going to see if that's enough. And if it's not, maybe they figure that out midway through the year. Maybe it's in the offseason, then they got to figure out a way to get out of their all-in, because 2 years in a row with a different head coach with the same group and a deeper bench, if that doesn't work, well, now you get to change. You can't run it back for a third year, especially in a weakened Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is only going to get better beyond this year.
It really is. There's no question about that. I look at and I'm actually now looking at the finances here. I told you where they rank in terms of salary cap, number 2. But yeah, these commitments are long. I mean, Cat's making 53 this year, making 57 the next year. Next year after that, player option 60+ mil. That's a lot of cheese. OG 40 this year, 42.5 next year, 45.4 the year after. Player option, which is probably not going to opt out of, almost 50 mil in 2028, 2029. I'm not going to barrage you with more numbers. Just understand, Jalen's contract is great, but even Bridges is under contract now, past the 28-29 season. So there's a long commitment, and this could be the right mix, but if it's not, there's problems.
Milton calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Milton?
Milt!
Well, hey, what's going on, guys? Where do I go? All right, listen, you guys, I really would like to know what Sal wants to be as far as a radio host. Are you looking to just be able to say, I told you so, or you want to give us what you really are? And that's a real true Knicks fan, because there's no way. Me and BT, 80s, Bernard King, Channel 9, 50-point games, we were happy. We go into the 90s, we all fall in love with Ewing, and this team that we knew, the way you know now, that deep down inside, they probably weren't going to win, but we actually rooted them on, and we were happy to be Knicks fans. And then that was all over. They never won. And then we get these 25 years of misery and sucking and wishing we could just see one playoff game because it was so embarrassing to even wear Nick gear. And now that we're good, all I feel like is like you just don't want to be wrong. You were scared to say this team can win, and they can, Sal. This team can win. Every year for the last 3 years, they've gone farther and farther and farther. And yes, Thibodeau had to go. You know why? Because he never played the bench, and then he tried to make up for it in the playoffs. This team has improved the weakest area, and that is the bench. And this coach is going to bring an energy to the offense. And can we stop with the coaching? It's the players. Yeah, it's a little tiny 1, 2, maybe 4 to 5 games, but this is about the players being happy. They were not happy with that coach. They were getting run down. They were tired. They want somebody who's going to, make them a little more healthy during the playoffs and a better bench. And I'm looking forward to seeing my team. I want to be happy. I feel like you guys are just looking to not be wrong. Like, what is the problem with saying I'm a Knicks fan and I believe they're going to win? What is wrong with that?
If I believed they were going to win, I would say it. What can't you
Why
comprehend?
wouldn't you believe they're going to win with all these injuries? I don't get it. Like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Are you listening or no? Because I thought we laid it out pretty well for you for the first. No, I'm not going to say it again. I've done it before. You listening to the show or no?
No, say go ahead. You're right. Yeah, I'm going to shut up. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm saying, have you listened to the show, Milton, or are you just calling recklessly without listening to what we were saying? I laid it out well why I don't think they're going to win. So I'm not sure why you can't get that. I also don't know why you can't understand that I'm not some fanboy that's going to come on the radio and just because I'm a Knicks fan going to say that they're going to win. That's not my job. That's not what I do. I tell it how I feel, whether it's the Mets, Yankees, Knicks, Jets, Giants, Rangers, doesn't matter. So I believe firing Tibbs was a mistake. Doesn't mean that that's going to happen. I don't know why you take offense to that. It's my opinion. I believe firing him was a mistake. We're going to find out. What don't you get?
Okay, but what I don't get is how are you not saying that this team should make the finals and possibly win a championship with the way the East is all beat up, the way we've gone further every year. It's not like this team is losing in the first round or not making it.
Hey, Mil, one sec, though. Mil, hold on one sec. I don't think they're going to win the championship either.
Okay.
No, but you're a Knicks fan, BT.
No, BT. Okay, BT, here's the question. Here's my last question, BT. Give me a percentage that you think this team can win a championship compared to the last
40 to 50%. 40 to 50%.
40 to 50%. You know what? As a Knicks fan, I want to tell everybody right now, this is going to be a fun team to watch.
I know.
This is going to be I just feel sometimes I feel like you guys just want to be able to say, I told you. Winning a championship is hard, bro.
Not true, man.
What are you talking
Not true,
about?
Mil. Come on, bud.
Lost.
Dude, did you hear my
Good
speech
God.
after Rodgers got hurt? I said the Jets would get to the playoffs with Zach Wilson.
Good God.
Mil. Come on, Mil. Milt's always Mil.
I don't know. I just don't understand what I actually don't know what he's talking about.
I think he wants you to bust out some pom-poms. That's what he wants.
Okay, but
he's excited.
But
I mean,
when did we ever say we're not rooting for the Knicks?
It's quite obvious we're Knicks fans.
Okay, like Milt, whatever you think you are as a Knicks fan, I had you beat. I had you beat every step of the way in the 90s. Maybe not as much now, because the last 20 years beat it out of me. And also, I'm not going to come on here waving the pom-poms. That's with every team. I'm also a 46-year-old adult who's got bigger issues in life to worry about than whether or not my team that I root for wins or loses. Like, that's just the reality of becoming an adult with real-life issues. Maybe you don't have that, Milt. I don't know. God bless you if you don't. But I'm giving you my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm not rooting for the Knicks. Of course I'm rooting for the Knicks. I don't believe in the head coach. I also don't believe in Karl Anthony Towns. Do I want to be right? I don't care about being right. It doesn't matter. I don't get any points. I don't get more money for being right or wrong. If that was the case, I mean, I wouldn't have a job. As many times.
We'd either be very rich or very poor.
Yeah.
If that was the scoreboard. I don't know. It depends on the sport.
So, no, you've got it a little wrong. You're a sensitive fan.
He is, but he's a good guy. You know that.
Fair enough. But
he's sensitive with this.
But he's just hearing things the wrong way. We said we're excited. We said we can't wait to watch the team. And by the way, it's far better than anything we've had for the last 20 years.
Hell yeah, we're playing Knick music bumping in from every break, Milt.
But it is different with the expectations when they get raised. You're the one who said at first that you don't think it's as fun those type of years. Yeah. And you're right. As a fan, the fun years are always the ones with the lowest expectations, like 2017 for the Yankees. Nobody had any expectation the Yankees get to Game 7 of the ALCS, which was that was a great season coming out of nowhere with Judge and all that stuff.
2020 for the Knicks.
As opposed to, yeah, exactly, being a fourth year where everybody thought they were going to win win 10 games that year. As opposed to the expectations, well, it's World Series or bust. Those aren't fun because, to Milton's point, it's hard to win a championship. So, no, we're all on the same page. We're rooting for the same thing. I don't think it's possible. And forget about a championship going against a superior Western Conference. I don't even think Mike Brown and the Knicks are going to live up to the expectations in the regular season.
That's where we disagree a little bit, but that West is really good. All right, Milk, good job. We got you. 888-808-1019. BT and South. South said he's a better fan of the 90s. How do we prove that, though? You said, I had you beaten. Well, how do we know?
I just know that I was second to none.
The 90s Knicks fan was a special species, man. We all think we were the best. We could all lay claim to that. All right, guys, who's hot in football? Brought to you by Petro Home Services. CMAC. Christian McCaffrey's hot as he banged out 129 yards and 2 touchdowns in a win over Atlanta. Want to save on heating costs? Well, go with Petro. Switch now and get $125 free heating oil with reliable delivery in any weather and live 24/7 service. Count on your local HVAC pros at Petro to stay warm and save this winter. Go to Petro.com now and get $125 free heating oil or call 888-PETRO02 today. That's 1-888-PETRO02 today. Use propane. Ask about special offers. Propane not available in all areas.
The home of the NFL on Westwood One is WFAN.
Cuts it up along the numbers and waltzes into the end zone.
The Vikings take on the Los Angeles Chargers. 8:15 tomorrow night.
It is right down the middle and good.
Thursday night football is on the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Rock and roll will never die, and neither will the low prices. It's the Rocktober Savings Event at Nielsen Dodge. We've turned up the volume on Rocktober Savings on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We're rocking out the deals with 0 down payment available. $1,500 overbook value for any trade. If you need credit help, we're here to make it happen. And of course, great deals.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com, a proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So for head-banging deals that are music to your ears, at Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Drive into fall event.
With approval term 24 months, due signed Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, add tax type 498 DACA DMV.
Feeling lucky? With the Mega Millions jackpot at $680 million. Mega Good Fortune could land on you next. Pick up a ticket for Mega Millions today. Available at any New Jersey lottery retailer.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way. With a dedication to lasting quality. Trusted performance and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member of FDIC.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx. Made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. When one hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
they give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
The story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera, you lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
Talk New York sports on the Fan.
All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. New customers, bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WFAN WFAN. That's code WFAN. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-5. The smart choice from those who expect more from their drive. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, the CX-5 gives you confidence in every condition. Its effortless handling and responsive performance set it apart from the crowd. Inside, you'll find thoughtful crafted design for comfort and connection. There's more to a Mazda. Lease the Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Looking for the perfect place to catch the game on Long Island? Check out Tap Room, now with 9 locations, including their newest at Station Yards in Ronkonkoma. Great food, rotating craft beer, and TVs everywhere. Plus Sunday game day drink specials, wing night Thursdays, and kids eat free Tuesdays. It's the best place for sports, food, and friends. Visit taproomofny.com to find your spot.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Knicks ain't no joke. Don't ever say New York choke. Orange and blue flame, the fire high. Who wants smoke? We want none with Bronx Sun. And I know we don't cross bridges. These towns got hard. And you know me, the guard ride dominant.
He's out back on the Fan. Knicks open their season tonight, 888-808-1019. Matter of fact, I was going to wear Knicks gear, but we got Schmooze coming in studio, so I want to wear my Steve Summers sweatshirt that I made, so I couldn't wear both things. So otherwise, I would have been in Knicks gear today. But looking forward to having Steve Summers 1 hour from now to promote his new book, Me Here, You There. I think you could pre-order it now. He'll give us all the details, but it comes out officially in November. I read it. I loved it, so we can't wait to talk to Steve. No question, a WFAN legend, but also fired up about the Knicks tonight.
There's no doubt, and Steve's that's gonna be a fun conversation. Royalty, always welcome. That's stating the obvious, so I'm gonna look forward to that. By the way, let me just give you something on the Knicks very quickly here. I know the Jet phones are lighting up again with that Woody rant, but really quick, right? So what I told Sal to start the show is that these types are generally among my least favorite, which sounds idiotic. The Knicks are obviously going to be really good, so why would they be among the least favorite? Because you almost don't enjoy the wins as much because there's such a critical analysis, okay? That was my take early in the show. But however, to appreciate where we are, I'm going to give you, in ascending order, the starting point guard from back in the day up until Jalen, not in the 80s, but not even in the 90s. From 2009.
Oh, boy.
Chris Duhon. Ray Felton, who's actually okay. Tony Douglas. Remember Tony Douglas?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Ray Felton again. Pablo Prigioni. Shane Larkin. Jose Calderon. D. Rose, respect. Ramon Sessions. Trey Burke. Alonzo Trier, who's supposed to be the scorer. God. Elfrid Payton. Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
And then, thank God, St. Jalen arrived on the scene.
Yeah, you're right, but it's all relative. Like, it's on a scale. It's not as fun because there is less room to have a successful season. When it's championship or bust, anything short of a championship is going to hurt. It's going to sting. But the ride getting there, you hope, is fun with a big regular season, with excitement and reason to believe in the postseason that maybe this will be the year. But if you compare, even with it being, the higher expectation, so it's less fun because if you fall short of the championship, it's a failure. you'd rather have this every single time
No question.
than what we lived through for 20-something years.
I'm one of the idiots who really never stopped watching them.
Yeah, I come on.
I don't blame you. I mean, you're talking about like the Van Horn years and the Marbury years and even like the Francis year. Like, I'm talking about after that too. Like, I'm watching. I'm like, it really felt a lot like the Jets.
I wonder what year for me was the breaking point as far like it slowly was chipping away.
Yeah.
2000 was like, what the hell happened? They lost to the Raptors in the first round. And then after that.
Was it when they got like Penny Hardaway or Jalen Rose and some of these guys started showing up?
I was actually covering them a little bit at the time because I was just started the Fan in 2003. And then I was going to get tape in like 2004. So I remember covering them with Lenny Wilkins and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, sure.
The year that they made the playoffs and got swept by the Nets when Isaiah's like, welcome to the postseason. Like, give me a break.
Tim Thomas.
So I was still into it then, but I think it was just slowly chipping away. And maybe like the first thing that really just was a knife through the heart was when Van Gundy left and it was Don Chaney taking over. But then even Larry Brown, Isaiah, we mentioned Lenny Wilkins, like just over the years, I don't know, I think it was slowly chipping away. And when you talk about 5, 10, 15 years of futility.
Yeah.
Like it adds up to like I kind of watched it. I can't watch Frank Williams anymore. Michael Sweeney, like I'm sorry.
Frank Williams from Illinois.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny because the way the game was going back then, the way the game was growing internationally, you had all these European players. Like that was the first wave-ish of European players coming that were elevated, whether it was Dirk and obviously some others. So they couldn't get a European star. They couldn't get, whether it's LeBron or others, to come here and take the money. They couldn't draft right. There was really no elements of the Knicks that was even functional. There were lawsuits at the Garden. I mean, it was a full-blown disaster.
I mean, some of those. You have their encyclopedia up. The Knicks encyclopedia. Just
I am their encyclopedia. What do you need?
Some of the win totals for some of those years. Yeah.
Well, I remember like one year they won 23 games and 18 games.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if you go over those years, I got it. The franchise index.
Okay, you got it. Knicks year by year. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, we're not that we have to go over every year.
No, I know.
Year
But
by year,
start where you think you checked out.
Just to give you an example, I mean, like. All right, so 2000 I mentioned 50 wins. 2001 was when they got bounced by the Raptors in the first round.
Yep.
After that, dude, you're talking about they won 39 games in 2004. That was the year they made the playoffs, got swept by the Nets. Isaiah, welcome to the playoffs.
Yep.
What we're talking about, like they didn't have a 40-win season, like 40.
Until 2010.
And it was 33, 23, 33, 23, 32, 29. Yeah, like 42 wins in 2010. That's a long time. So in those years from like 2005 to 2010, I mean, come on. And then even after that, even after a few successful years, 37, 17, 32, 31, 29, 17, 21, like, good God. That's not just disappointing basketball. That is like bottom of the barrel embarrassment, New York Knicks basketball.
I think that was the worst for me. I mean, as much as the Isaiah stuff was crazy and odd and dysfunctional, I think after that, after D'Antoni.
Correct. After D'Antoni and Woodson is after Woodson, really.
When you got into like Fisher and then Rambis coming in as, remember Kurt Rambis was the interim for a little bit, and then Hornacek and then Fizdale.
No.
Dude, 17 and 65, which they did twice in 2014 and in 2018. You go 17 and 65, that's like losing 115 games for the Yankees or the Mets, or the Jets or the Giants going 1 and 16. That is 17 wins.
Come on, dude. That's just unacceptably bad. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Some calls on the Knicks. Mitchell is in Fort Lee, New Jersey. What's up, Mitch?
Hello, BT. Hello, Sal. How you guys doing? First time I called since the Yankee debacle, but that's over with. We can talk about that another day. Let's talk about the Knicks today.
Okay.
Sal, I have to agree with you. I think the Knicks should have gave Thibodeau one more year. These are my reasons, and this is why I say Brown. I'm not so thrilled about Brown, but we'll see what happens. Thibodeau had no bench last year. Look what they brought onto the bench this year. The players that they have, they'll be able to go 9 or 10 deep, where the Knicks only went last year 7 deep. Brown hasn't won anything big when he was with Cleveland. He hasn't won with the Lakers. He's just a bad coach.
Mitch, hold on. To say he's a bad coach is ridiculous. Number one, you're assuming that Tom Thibodeau would use the bench pieces the way Brown will. He has a reluctance or an aversion to that, number one. Now, I'm not saying Mike Brown is Pat Riley. To say he's a bad coach is just factually and really disrespectfully wrong.
Okay, but BT, hold on a second. You're saying that, but he had the players to do it. He couldn't win the big games. Brown. But that's how he went. He had a good team with Cleveland, he had a great team with the Lakers, and he couldn't win. So I mean that's part of it. But you're right. Let's do it. But with Thibodeau, you don't think he would have went deeper if he had a bench? Last year we all complained. You and Sal both said that if he had a bigger bench, they would have had a better chance. They didn't have a bench. They had nobody. They went six. They had one player, maybe two, and after that they were dead. They had a player that couldn't even hit a free throw.
They do have a better, and thank you for the call, Mitch. They do have a better bench. That's you can't question that. So I would have liked to have seen how Tibbs managed it with a better bench. I can't question Tibbs for not going to the bench last year when the guys were scrubs. Mm-hmm. Now they got a better bench. You better be using Yabusele. You better be using Clarkson. Obviously, they're going to get big minutes. That's going to help the Knicks along the way, not just in the regular season, but obviously in the playoffs as well. But Tibbs didn't have that luxury.
No, he didn't. The Knicks' second unit has a chance to be really good. Yeah. My only thing is, really good, very influential on the season. I just don't know if Tom Thibodeau would use them as much as I think Brown will. The one thing about Mike Brown, and again, not saying he's an old-timer, I'm just saying he's good. And I'm saying that he's interesting. That's all I'm saying. And he's an offensive guy, unlike Tibbs, who is a defensive guy. But does people look at the Cavaliers, young LeBron, Kobe, and Ron? Okay, I got that. To me, I think too many people ignore what happened in Sacramento. Now, you heard Matt Barnes talk about that, where basically the Sacramento Kings turned on him and they didn't respect him, whatever. I mean, that's a trash organization that's got a lot of young players that maybe aren't as locked in as a Brunson or a Hart with that self-respect and character. Before he got there, the Kings had 27 wins, 31 wins, 31 wins, 31 wins. Mike Brown shows up, they go 48. And then the next year, 46. And then maybe they stop listening, or maybe he's not as good as whatever. Maybe he's got an expiration point. But to me, that's more impressive. Taking a moribund, dirt franchise and elevating them to almost 50 wins 2 years in a row than winning a lot of games with Kobe. Anybody could win with Kobe.
Right, but Tibbs did that, and yet we wanted them out of here. Tibbs elevated the franchise with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton was a starting point guard. Julius Randle was nowhere near the player that he became under Tibbs in the beginning. When the Knicks went to the 4 seed, whatever it was. Look at that roster.
No, it was terrible.
Reggie Bullock.
Nerlens Noel, he was playing. No, it was terrible.
Oh, I mean, that is
terrible.
And that to me is coaching. Now, they're two different style coaches. I just choose to believe in what Tibbs has to offer more so than Brown, but we're going to see it. I mean, they better be high-octane offense up and down the floor every single night. They have the pieces in place to do it. They've got the head coach with the offensive system and philosophy and scheme, whatever you want to say. Now they got to go out there and do it. But they're going to be he's coming in year one. I mean, name a coach in New York that comes to New York City year one as expected to win the World Series. I mean, Joe Torre took over a team that was ready with Buck. I don't know about World Series.
World Series was not felt. It was like, okay, they're good. Yeah. No, that was not like this.
So, but give me generally that doesn't happen.
Maybe Dan Reeves with the Giants. I'm trying to, you got to go back a ways. Either way, I feel you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of criticisms here. I would just say this about Tom Thibodeau, and I respect the counterpoint. I really do, because it's not a layup of an answer, because Tom Thibodeau's really good, and we've got a lot of respect for him. He got 5 years. To me, 5 years is enough. Now, people who wanted year number 6, I get it. You know that I didn't want that. I don't think it's fair. I'm not that you're saying this, or even a lot of callers. I don't think that Tom Thibodeau was done dirty by the Knicks. I just think that maybe some of you who think he earned more runway, I can see that, but I don't think Tom Thibodeau was done wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't think
by the New York Knicks.
I don't think he was done dirty. I just wouldn't have done it. I think they made a mistake. But no, done dirty? No, I don't think it was done dirty. BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll have a little 3-hour queue when we come back. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Remember, Steve Summers.
Schmoozy.
He'll be here, you there, coming up at 12:30 in studio to promote his new book. Hey, stop dealing with your neck pain, backache, sciatica, and go to Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Institute for Pain Management, a migraine and nerve pain specialist who gets you back to feeling yourself again. With minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments, there are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Dr. J for pain-relieving solutions. Same-day and next-day appointments available with offices in Colonia, Livingston, and Englewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit SamwellPain.com.
It's Chris McMonagle overnights on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
It is outrageous to me that the general manager did not take the kicker more seriously, and that there isn't an NFL kicker after all the disasters they've had over the last couple of years with the kicker. The idea that an NFL kicker, I know Grano got hurt, there should have been an NFL kicker sitting there today.
Listen to CMAC on demand. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Russell Wilson called out Sean Payton after Sunday's game, blasting the former coach as quote-unquote classless and throwing in a bounty scandal jab. It was sharp, personal, and surprisingly entertaining. For a guy often labeled as too polished, Wilson just got a lot more interesting. If he wants a media career after football, this version might actually work. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Clearing skies with a high around 62.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel's your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or want to jump in and ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who's going to score next to fourth quarter comebacks. It is all there. Plus, you can even combine live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to roll, now's a perfect time to join because FanDuel's giving new customers $300 back in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/BT to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. I've been telling you about FanDuel for almost a decade at this point. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, and also the official sports book of us here at WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire for Michelin's Cross Climate tires, offering a design that delivers an exceptional level of long-lasting performance throughout the tire's lifespan. Plus, Town Fair gives you more free services than anywhere else. For the guaranteed lowest price and your best deal on Michelin Cross Climate tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back?
Tune in to the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
London Jewelers presents their annual watch fair at the Americana Manhasset Friday, October 24th through Sunday, October 26th from noon to 5 p.m. Experience the latest collections of distinctive timepieces from the world's most prestigious watch brands. From selection to service, London Jewelers is a trusted, authorized retailer for the world's finest watch brands. Come to the London Jewelers Annual Watch Fair at the Americana Manhasset Friday, October 24th through Sunday, October 26th. London Jewelers since 1926.
Sunday no longer a fun day?
We've got specialists for that. Walking the dog, unleash, knee pain. We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation, and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
A good question.
3 random questions.
Let's find out.
With Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata.
1, 2, 3.
On The Fan.
All right, 3 random questions sponsored by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com. Ready, BT?
Hit it.
Every Wednesday, 11:40, little 3 random questions. Number 1. Should it matter why you take off of work for a day if you decide to take off a singular day?
Depends what you do and depends when it comes.
All right,
So it could.
So,
Yeah,
it does,
good.
so it does matter in your
Good.
opinion.
I think it could.
Because I've given this a lot of thought. We talked about it yesterday. Now we have Hoff back with us. Hoff, thank you for coming to work today, first and foremost. We appreciate you showing up.
Of course, I wouldn't miss it.
You took the day off yesterday for what?
I had an opportunity to go take batting practice at City Field.
Yeah. Now, like, we could debate whether that is acceptable or not, but then I'm thinking, okay, well, it's his personal time. Yeah. If he wants to use it however he wants to use it, should that really then matter? Like, what if he was doing it to go to the doctors or something? We wouldn't be giving him grief for
He
that.
could have lied to us, although then Evan couldn't post it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, right? They wanted to get the digital content out of it.
Of course they did. So at least they did half the job.
So in general, you do think it matters?
I think it does. But listen, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. If it was you, you wouldn't do it. And I say that, and I think when you're on the air Monday through Friday during football season, I think it's different than during the summer. But I think if you're producing, he's also working during the weekends as well. So it doesn't bother me.
Let me just say though, things may have changed. I'm not saying you're wrong, but when I was a part of Francesa's show, just board op, whatever. Eddie Erickson was producing. I was board op, and it was Mike. It was us 3 after Dog left. If I were to take off a show, I don't care when it was, and like usually we would take off around Mike's schedule. If I were to take off, and Mike was like, "Where's Sal today?" and Eddie's like, "Well, he went to take batting practice at City Field," there would have been hell today.
Things changed a little bit around here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
A little loose.
There's no way that Mike would have been like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't have made a huge deal of it. He wouldn't have liked it. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing? It's the fall book. Like, you can't just be taking days off to go to have batting practice.
I thought you'd be more pissed that I didn't get it over the wall.
And no, I didn't expect you to get it over the wall.
Oh, well, I did. That's why I was a little nervous.
You hit a can of corn. You hit a can of corn left, and you're taking bows for it. I mean, come on.
Listen, I for a man who has. By the way, that was a wood bat. For both of you. I heard you guys asking if that was metal.
Yeah.
So wood bat. And I really haven't swung, even with the kids. Like, I don't really swing like that in forever. So this is the first time.
Who was pitching? Some rando?
Yeah, somebody from the Mets
beach
staff.
balls. I actually think it's harder to hit the ball far because he was just lobbing. It's like 40 miles an hour.
And I was
balloon balls.
I was over swinging. I was under swinging. I was doing a lot of. I missed the ball. Too.
How many swings did you get?
10, right?
I don't remember. He just was like, dude, you were having fun up there, so I kept on throwing. But I was getting tired at the end. Like, my legs were getting a little nervous. I was just like shaking.
Were there people that went after you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody go yard the whole day? No way.
No, we left a little early, but nobody went. I think my ball may have been one of the furthest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sal was clowning you yesterday. I at least gave you credit.
Thank you.
For hitting a decent one.
Hey, and by the way, I almost killed Evan at the end. That was my moment. I felt good about that. The last ball.
When he was tracking down the
so you
fly?
could take over the Rico?
Yeah, well, I was
get rid of
trying
him
to,
and take it over.
Hey, you know what? Those numbers looking pretty good these days.
You wouldn't take off for the Rico though. I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Right. You haven't missed a Rico. You go to Florida. Good point,
that's
BT.
true.
Thank you. I forgot about that. You go to Florida on vacation with your family. You're doing Ricos at 3 a.m. for goodness sake.
From the car.
For our show, you go take off on a Tuesday and go have batting practice at City Field. What the hell is
You're
this?
missing a point though. I'm taking a break from the family. when I'm doing those recos.
Fair enough.
So it is a little bit
And now,
like
how'd you
mind
almost
cleansing.
kill him? How'd you almost kill him?
Oh, the last pitch, you didn't see it?
No.
I hit like not a line drive, but a little floater that he was tracking it down, and it just missed him by like a foot.
Wait, did it have loft or was it a liner? Because if
It wasn't a liner; it had loft to it.
Well,
I
then he's
won't
not
lie.
getting hurt unless he's just
Well,
a
he was
complete
following it the
doofus.
whole way through. He didn't back out, and it just missed him.
All right. Anyway, so Hoff took off to go
Did you
take
have fun?
batting practice at City Field.
I had a blast.
You had
Dude,
to.
it was a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
Not to make you jealous. It was beautiful.
Did they sign you? Did they offer you a 10-day?
We talked a little bit. I
Yeah.
won't lie.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't good enough
Well,
defensively.
I'll say this: Rami didn't miss a beat doing bold-faced truth, bold-faced lie. So, no offense. Hope you didn't. Look, now he gets
Look,
all,
you got all serious.
Now you're serious.
Did you
Oh,
get
okay.
did you get to sit in the dugout? Serious question. Did you get in the dugout? I know sometimes.
I could have. I didn't want to. We were catching flies in the outfield.
Yeah,
We were on the outfield, and then
All
we
right.
came in and just
All right.
had some balls.
All right, number two.
Yo.
If you saw a coworker in a supermarket, would you say hello or avoid him?
Depends who it is. There's just certain. No, now that sounds like harsh, but listen, everybody knows this about me. If I don't feel like talking, I don't talk. I just don't. I don't like. There's people I will see sometimes. I shouldn't say this in my town, like, and I get along with everybody, but I just don't think having conversations sometimes. I just don't. Like if I see, sometimes at the grocery store or I don't know, going to a field or walking off a field, like I'll just kind of put my head down and if
Pretend
I
you
just
didn't do it.
yeah. I mean, come on, we got to be economical with our words, dude. We do this for a living. You too?
I saw Marco Belletti at the supermarket Saturday night, and this just shows you.
I'd say hi to Marco. I like
the
Marco.
the life of a WFAN employee.
Yeah.
Marco and I run into each other. I see him on the line. I saw him first. He was bagging his groceries, so I went right up next on mine and saw him. I was like, hey, can you stay and bag mine afterwards? He's like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? And then he's like, this is what you're doing on a Saturday night at 6:30? I'm like, dude.
That's what the wife told me to do.
I'm there with my wife and daughter.
she was there.
He's there. He's loaded up his card. He's doing it. My wife's like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Did your wife send you a list? He's like, send a list?
Yeah.
What does she know? I do the cooking of the house. Like, Marco is just.
Okay, taking charge, Mark.
But I
that
said
boy.
hello to him. And then he told me something interesting, because I guess we go to the same supermarket. This is the first time we ran into each other. He said that he knows one of the guys from Dairy that sees me in there all the time that doesn't say hello. And I'm like, well, why not? And he goes, because he said you always look like you're pissed off.
Meaning you?
Yeah.
You do.
But I'm in a supermarket with my wife. What am I supposed to be? Happy?
Well, think about how much this guy who doesn't say hi to you has heard you complain about your wife. So if you're by yourself,
just come
he's
say hi.
scared. If you're with her, he's really not going near you.
There has never been and never will be a moment that somebody would come up to me and say, hey, love the show.
I know. I'm kind of messing with you. I get that, but they don't. But
I'm in
we
my
know
own
you.
world,
But
like-
they don't know you. They hear loud.
Well, I don't think it's just
crazy,
me. I think it's-
lunatic Sal.
I don't think it's just me. I think it could be anybody. But I'm walking around in my own world, in my own head, thinking like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather be doing anything but sitting here waiting for my wife to pick out the groceries here. Whatever it may be. Well, whatever I'm thinking. Could be anything. But I'm not, what am I supposed to do? Walking around with a smile on my face?
I
all
have
the time?
never gone shopping groceries with my wife, and I never will.
Really?
No.
I do enjoy going to the supermarket. I'm not going to lie.
So do I.
Yeah.
I do too, but by myself.
Just
I walk in, I already know what I'm getting. Now, like she does the bulk of it, right? When I go, it's milk, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, kale, turkey, chicken, cereal, yogurt for the kids. I literally get the same 15 things every time.
Right.
Little bread.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Some
Bananas.
applesauce for the kids, and I'm in and I'm out.
All right, last one for you, and this is a huge one.
Oh, boy.
What's worse, being without heat or without a washing machine?
Being without heat.
Now, obviously, in weather that you would need heat for.
Meaning it's freezing out.
Yeah.
Well,
or colder.
I think about it this. So think about it this way. If you don't, you're not going to like the answer because I'm going to circumvent, if the heat's broken, right?
You're not gonna answer.
You know how I do this, right? Yeah, I always kind of give you some qualifiers, but it's true. It applies here. If the heat's broken, aside from probably costing us thousands upon thousands, which will be a complete pain in the ass, I turn the fireplace on. And it actually does go to and it's like one of the gas ones.
Okay.
So it would still work, so I could get heat there. But pretend I don't have that and I'm freezing.
All right. Without heat, inability
I
to heat
gotcha.
the house,
Yep, or
the
clean
inability
clothes.
to wash clothes.
Well, meaning with a washer or without running water, because I could still wash clothes in the sink and I could dry them.
Fair enough.
So I think that I would rather, you got to be resourceful here. I would think that I would rather make sure I have the heat, not have the washer, and find a way to get something clean there.
As somebody who was living through this the last week, I would rather have the washing machine up and running all day, every day.
Wait, I thought the heat was fixed.
It is now, but we had to replace the boiler, and by the time that it was able to set, like, there was the gas company had to set some things up, so it took a while. So it couldn't just be scheduled like immediately. Otherwise, the guys at Edison Heating and Cooling would have been there ASAP, as they usually are. But because it had to be scheduled through the gas company, it took a couple of weeks, and the temperature started to dip a little bit.
Dude, it was 57 degrees.
Well,
Come on, man, at night at the worst.
Well, I mean, with a young kid, though.
That's true.
Anyway, point is, it was cool in the house. Like, you got to manage it. Okay, we'll wear hoodies, whatever, wear extra blankets, cover up Sammy. I can manage that. I can't deal with not having the bleeping washing machine, which is a year old, not working. 1 year old. And then to boot, it's a week before they can come and look at it, and then another week or two to order the parts to come back and fix it.
And they're not cheap. I'm a freak with that. Like, I can't put on anything that's remotely dirty.
Dude, I spent my Saturdays at the damn laundromat. Now, I wasn't sitting there washing the clothes.
And then at the supermarket at night?
Yes. Yeah, we had to drop the clothes off, and I don't even know what town we were in. I forget. I don't want to go back there. We dropped them. My wife found a laundromat, which I haven't done since I've been single.
You know what? But I used to enjoy doing that in the city.
You did your own, or you dropped it off?
I would go and I'd sit there. I'd do a little people watching. You never know.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe. I wasn't doing that. I got no time. I'm dropping it off. I'd rather go TV watching. Drop it off. Just tell me when it's done. But dropping it off, picking it up, certain things I can't wash because I want it to be hung dry.
Yeah.
Like, I like hang drying a lot of my stuff. I can't do that at the
What, on a clothesline? Like outside?
Yeah, well, no,
What?
not outside. Inside. They have these things called,
Really?
hang dry.
Like, what do you hang dry? What, so they don't shrink? Or they don't get wrinkled?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so
hoodies and pants and stuff?
100%, yeah.
Really?
My jeans, my pants, whatever, pants.
Yeah.
Shirts that I care about, T-shirts, hoodies. Oh, yeah, hang dry.
Okay.
You throw them in the dryer, dude.
I do, because they get nice and tight.
Yeah,
I like them tight.
no, I don't like that. I like it loose and comfy. So, my clothes. Let me be clear. But I don't want to be at the laundromat. Dude, you believe that? It takes them a week to come service it. A brand new washing machine. I just bought it a year ago. A week to service it. Then they come a week later and say, we got to order the parts. We'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks without washing machine?
I mean, here's what I'm hearing. Some guys go and, go bar hopping and watch some college football on Saturdays. Some guys go play golf. Sal is at a cleaner's and at the supermarket.
Yeah.
That is misery,
Saturdays are not, in fact, for the boys.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Not when you get married and have kids.
Was Sunday even remotely better, or was it kind of the same stuff?
Saturday's family day. We're going to get up early. What do we want to do today, Sammy? What are we going to do with Daddy? Yeah, we're going to go pumpkin picking. We're going to go to Costco. I did Costco, too.
Oh.
We had a Costco run. We had a Costco on laundromat first.
You know what you need?
Supermarket.
Here's what you need. And you could do this because it's not too far.
And then the guy at Dairy wonders why I look at my face like I don't want to be bothering anybody.
You need a BT Fire Pit night. That at least you could swing. Ain't far. Surfsides.
On Saturday.
Little Knicks. Yeah. I mean, that is a miserable Saturday, dude.
BT and Sal. Yeah, Sunday I was watching football all day. BT and Sal, the fan. We'll take a quick break, get you updated here. Also, come back 12. We'll get back with your calls. We'll reset whatever you want to talk about here. Steve Summers in studio to promote his book, Me Here, You There. That'll be at 12:30, so stay tuned for that.
The Nets open the 2025 season on the road, taking on the Hornets. 7 o'clock tonight.
He baked it in from straight on.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the Nissan Kicks is like the best seat in the house. You're in the action. And with the Nissan Kicks all-wheel drive, you can go find the best views. And with the 10-speaker Bose Personal Plus audio system, you can hear everything. Your new wheels await. Reimagine your ride with the reimagined Nissan Kicks. Now get the 2025 Nissan Kicks starting at just $21,830. Shop your local Nissan store or nissanusa.com. Starting MSRP at $21,830 for base model. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP. MSRP excludes up to $1,495 destination and handling charges, tax, title, and license. Dealer sets actual price.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
We all must do our part to keep our roadways safe. When driving, look out for pedestrians. Slow down and keep a 4-foot distance while passing. Let's look out for each other. Safety is a shared responsibility. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical. But did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employee Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $227 a month and $2,004 due at delivery, lease a brand new Equinox 4D Wagon LT with two-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 12:03. I'm Andrew Bogish. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. And by Motion Sports Medicine. Living in New York is not a spectator sport. Don't let pain keep you on the sidelines. Get back to what moves you with Motion's expert physical therapists. Most insurances accepted. Schedule an appointment at MotionPTG.com today. The winless Jets will have to get a little bit healthier. Linebacker Quincy Williams designated to return from injured reserve this morning. He hurt his shoulder in their Week 3 loss to the Buccaneers. The Pro Bowl getting another makeover as the NFL tries to make the game relevant to players and to fans. The event will now be held the Tuesday night of Super Bowl week in the Bay Area. It'll again feature a flag football game, this time meant as a preview of the sport being in the 2028 LA Olympics. Nets basketball is back on the Fan tonight. Season opener in Charlotte. Pregame coverage at 6:50. Tip-off shortly after 7.
How many wins the Nets getting this year? What's the number?
As few as possible, right?
You want a tank? Come on.
I mean, at this point, that's what they're doing, right? Do we have a choice?
I don't know what they're doing.
The Knicks host the Cavs at 7. As you know by now, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson will not play tonight. Fan weather sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. It's 58 and overcast in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey.
Afternoon, we are down with the king topic of the day, and actually, BT, we could change it up a little bit here because I'm seeing some news that I want to get to with you. But obviously, the Knicks open their season tonight in what could be a championship season. That is what many are hopeful for. People expect the Knicks to represent the Eastern Conference final or represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals this year. I'm not there yet. I don't believe in this head coach. I need to see it. I don't believe in the tandem of Towns and Brunson. I'm excited about the season. I'm looking forward to watching the games tonight. I just think it's going to fall far short of their expectations.
Well, I mean, listen, I do think there's going to be some issues that are going to be a little concerning here. Now, we all know the Knicks are going to be really, really good. Nobody's debating that, but it's not about being really, really good. It's about being a champion. So there's going to be a lot of twists and turns here. Hey, we got one right out of the chute. No Mitchell Robinson. no Josh Hart. Who knows if Cat's ready to go? So they're going to have to navigate some early season injuries. Now, the other thing that I was saying to Sal yesterday, it just came up talking about the Knicks, is that Mike Brown has not even installed the playbook yet. Going to be a lot of free-flowing motion offense, like making reads here off the first read, secondary read, which I think is actually good now. And then, of course, you need structure in the playoffs. So I don't think the Knicks will look incredibly crisp and incredibly championship viable necessarily right out of the chute. But if the Knicks are not in the NBA Finals, you're right. It's a failure.
Yeah, I'm thinking more Don Nelson than Pat Riley myself. But either way, we're looking forward to seeing it. And we'll get back to your calls here on the Knicks. Remember, Steve Summers coming up in about 25 minutes in studio to promote his book, Me Here, You There.
Schmoozy.
888-808-1019. We mentioned Woody Johnson and the stuff from yesterday. It happened as we were leaving the air, just about our final segment. So we talked about Woody. So we have an update now on the quarterback situation. Have you seen this?
I have not. Okay.
Dude.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So Aaron has already said it was going to start.
Yes.
I did not see this.
Well, okay. Let me.
Don't tell me who it is, though.
Okay.
Because I want to take you through a thought process.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So before you tell us here, now who do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
Who would I play? Before Woody opened up his trap yesterday, I probably would have played Tyrod Taylor because he's just better throwing the ball than Justin Fields, and you got to try to get some offense clicking here. If I was Aaron Glenn, in a way to almost change the culture and be like, whoa. So, and now this is a baller, aggressive move, which I don't think he did. But if I'm Aaron, I would be very tempted to say, well, my owner just came out. Basically said my starter stinks. He completely denigrated Justin Fields. Not that Woody was wrong there, but I'm going to show who's in charge because he obviously wants me to play Tyrod Taylor. I'm going to start Justin Fields.
Also, maybe vote of confidence, supporting his guy Justin Fields, who got ripped a little bit. Now's the time people are kicking him when he's down. Aaron Glenn, I think it could go maybe a long way if you show a vote of confidence. Either way, Jets coach Aaron Glenn today, quote, "We'll have a quarterback on Sunday." Glenn says he knows who the starter will be, did not name it, citing a competitive advantage.
Yeah, I mean, one guy can't
Brian
throw a screen
Costello.
pass, and one guy's been around for 15 years. What a competitive advantage.
Costello tweeted, Glenn won't say who the QB is, cites a competitive advantage. Also, Tyrod Taylor is day-to-day with a knee injury. So he's dealing with a knee injury. Maybe that
What's he
impacts
going to be,
things
the
here.
third stringer from Missouri?
I mean, dude.
What's his name? Brady Cook? Is that his name? I think that's it. He actually looked okay with it. Is it Brady Cook? Should probably learn that because we're probably going to play at some point.
I have
this
no
year.
idea. I know people are going to want to see him. Cook. That's what Rami was saying yesterday. Anyway, Adam Schefter, Jets Tyrod Taylor, who had the chance to start on Sunday, is now dealing with is considered to be a day-to-day knee injury. So I don't know how much the injury has to do. Actually, let's listen to this. Hoff, can you pull it up? Go to Jets videos on SNY Jets, because I just saw this come across the feed now. I want to hear how he actually says this and how Glenn cites the competitive advantage in not naming. It just gets better and better here. Let me know when you have it there, Hoff. I mean, dude, pick a guy. Any guy.
I mean, listen, it's his right. He doesn't have to do it now.
But what do you mean?
To
What are we waiting
placate
for?
us. He's going to have a quarterback on Sunday.
It's Wednesday. The game's Sunday.
Doesn't matter.
What's the big secret?
But does it matter?
It does. All right, let's listen to Glenn not announce his starting quarterback.
Who's your quarterback, baby?
We will have a quarterback on Sunday. I will tell you that.
You're not going to announce who started?
I wouldn't want to give them a competitive advantage when I have that opportunity, but we will have a quarterback.
The list was long. So for Tyrod, did you say this day to day?
Yes.
What is he dealing with?
He's dealing with a knee. It's something that he had before.
So just, you know who your starting quarterback's going to be. You're just not announcing it. So it isn't like this week is a competition where you're going to have.
I know who the starting quarterback's going to be.
Okay, you're just not telling me.
Just ain't telling you, fool. That's the next statement that we didn't play for.
Dude, come on, man.
I'm not telling you, sucker. Now get lost.
Come on, man.
That's next one, Aaron. He's going to start fighting everybody.
You got to name a starting quarterback. Competitive advantage.
That doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah. I bet the Bengals are shaking in their boots. Oh, no. Is it going to be Justin Fields, who can't throw the ball, or Tyrod Taylor, who also can't throw the ball? They both stink. They're not a threat, neither of them. You're already at a competitive disadvantage. Just name one,
The
AG.
opposite?
Come on.
Jesus. All right, so here's why I think you're wrong a little bit.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, yeah.
So Justin can't throw. All he could do was run, Right?
Yeah. Better, and he can run it better. See, to me, he can run it better than Tyrod can throw, which is why I'd go with Justin Fields. I'm on record saying that.
Okay.
I think Fields is a better
a
chance to win.
convoluted way of getting to the starting quarterback, but with these two, you probably need to get there that way. Understood. So, Fields is obviously better with his wheels than throwing the ball. Tyrod Taylor, while, not, stuck in quicksand like Dan Marino or Vinny Testaverde, he's not as athletic, but he's a better thrower of the football. So here's why. I know it sounds ridiculous at 0-7, competitive advantage, disadvantage, whatever, but I'll defend my guy AG a little bit here because they are two very different skill sets. And if you waste, I know that this sounds crazy, but this is football. If you waste 30 minutes on a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday, not knowing who's starting on Sunday, those 30 minutes could lead to one drive that could cost your team the game. Now, that is the reality of coaching.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, what?
I just saw this come across the social media feed here, too. Apparently, Aaron Glenn just said Timmy Boyle can spin it.
Now he's talking. Now he's talking. Get him out there. Is Timmy still in the NFL? Did he get cut? Who cut him? Miami? Who cut Timmy?
Oh, dude, this is just...
I'm not saying it's good.
This is when you get on him when you draw up worst-case scenarios... This Jets season, it just continued each year. Same thing with Rodgers. I could have come up to you with a script of what I thought would have been worst case scenario in the first year for Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. You mean for Aaron Glenn or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying going back years.
Got you.
I could have come up with a script to be like, all right, well, worst case scenario.
Yep.
And the Jets said, no, now here's what the worst case is. Boom, blows his Achilles out before he even throws a pass.
Didn't complete a pass.
I mean, as bad as it gets. This year, worst case scenario. I said I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, saying I'm not even going to judge you based on wins and losses this year because it's not about that. I didn't think they were going to be winless through 7 weeks. I didn't think there was going to be a quarterback controversy with two quarterbacks who aren't very good. This is as bad. And not to mention Aaron Glenn fighting with the media, Woody Johnson doing Woody Johnson things. This is a disaster. Even for the Jets, it's lower than you could have expected this year.
I'm very close to doing something that I've never done. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm getting there. Because one thing that I've always said is I don't tell people how to spend their money. I am getting very close to the edge where I'm going to start telling Jet fans, don't go. I mean, nobody goes. Leading a protest of, I want that stadium empty. We're getting perilously close.
I think it would be a contradiction to the brand, though.
I'd still do the podcast. They can still watch at home.
But I'm saying you're unkillable. I know the podcast is known that that's the name for the podcast.
Yeah.
But you are Mr. Unkillable.
You always get back to this with the unkillable.
It's true. You made it famous. You are Mr. Unkillable.
I'm not saying don't watch. What I'm really, and this is going to sound much more, I don't mean it this way. What I'm trying to do is kill the owner. In terms of him owning the Jets, not as a human. Yeah. I think he's a really nice guy. I've met him. It's not personal. Woody is a nice man. He's an idiot when he opens his mouth about football, and he's the worst owner in sports.
We love him, but he's an idiot.
But he is. So you could say that I'm reinforcing the brand by trying to get rid of him.
All I'm saying is you chose that day, certainly emotion and feelings and frustration.
No, that day chose me.
Okay.
I didn't choose that day.
But you chose the term unkillable.
I did.
And that was the team that you wanted to say,
I don't know how I said
we are unkillable. And that, it really should mean something because they're trying like hell to kill you off.
You know what? I think that, they are. And then they won't. They are. They're tempting fate here. I don't know how I punctuated that ridiculous craziness with "we are unkillable." What are you talking about?
Yeah, and it was Zach Wilson at the time. I know.
Playoffs with Zach.
You know what you were saying. Jet fans have been through the ringer.
Yeah, I know.
And this will not kill us.
But
we will respond with Zach Wilson.
Yes.
Can I be fair? I think what happened was BT came in that day forgetting it was football season, thinking it was still the Yankees, and thought that was the monologue to throw out there.
I do think Hoff, it's an excellent point. I do think you're Yankee fandom. No, because you've had success. Most Jet fans wouldn't be so brazen to say that.
Because they're Met fans.
Correct. Yep. So they know that their fandom is just getting kicked in the nuts left and right. You at least have the power of being a Yankee fan.
True. That's true.
Which is what made I'm not standing for this.
Yes.
I'm a Yankee fan. I know better. I've experienced better.
Sure. Now bend over and you lose again.
And the Jets just continue to jet.
I know.
It is the SOJ. Same old Jets.
No, it is. I resist that.
That should have been the podcast.
Yeah, I don't even know.
That should have been the name. Same old Jets.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Just end the season, right?
I mean, at this point, you guys care more about the podcast than I do.
Well, I mean, if it weren't for the podcast, we could try maybe to move on from the unkillable brand. But
and the funny thing about that speech, I'm wearing a Joe Klecko Hall of Fame green hoodie because I just got back from Canton with my Jetaways thing to watch Joe Klecko and Revis get enshrined. Oh God!
Yeah, whatever doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. Justin is calling from Manhattan. What's up, Justin?
PT Sal, what's going on, guys? Listen, real quick on Woody. I know you think he's very nice.
He is. He's a
even
good man.
outside football. I don't know what this guy is, and I apologize. My toddler's in the back. He's starting to cry. But this guy has accomplished nothing in life, man. He was born with a golden spoon. This guy wasn't the CEO of Johnson & Johnson. He was born into billions. Name me one thing of value, football, non-football, he has done. And so,
Justin, can I give you one? And this is where I will defend him as a person. He's very philanthropic, and that matters.
Okay, so sorry. Name something he's built, not something he's
how
throwing
about a
money
hospital?
at.
How about a hospital? How about a hospital wing for people who are dying?
Yeah, but he's three.
How about that?
I'm sorry, as like a businessman or as someone who's created value. Not just
what's
something
more
where you throw
important,
money at a
business or
problem.
humanity?
I'm saying as an owner or someone who is capable of building value. Anyway, my solution is this. My solution is this. There's no shot this guy is clean. There's got to be a picture of him and Epstein or something somewhere. Hire a
Just,
TI.
come on, Just, I got to bounce.
I didn't hear a solution there. I was curious where he was going.
Jesus, once I hear Epstein, we got to keep it moving.
Don't know if we were getting to a solution at all, but I would have been curious to hear what he was, where he was going with that. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Back to the Knicks. Carmine is calling from Howard Beach. What's up, Carmine?
What's going on, Sal and BT? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Nice.
How's it going, fellas?
How are you? Welcome to the show, man.
Love it, BT. Love it, Sally. So I want to get into two things here quick, if you don't mind. One about the Knicks, Sal. I know you love your hot takes and everything. The season hasn't even started. This team is up and coming. We're going to do some great things this year. I don't understand why you don't believe in Mike Brown.
Well, I told you why. I believe more in Tom Thibodeau. I think Mike. Did you hear what Matt Barnes had to say about Mike Brown, a guy who actually played for him? Said that he's going to be.
I did take a listen, but Matt Barnes is a moron. Let's be real.
Say that one more time.
Did you hear me?
No. Go ahead. Say that again. I missed that. No. Oh, Matt Barnes is a moron.
I'm not a big fan of Matt Barnes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him.
Okay. Well, I'm not a big fan of Mike Brown. I mean, so we're even. I gave you one.
But he hasn't even done anything yet. He hasn't even done anything.
Correct. But I don't like his track record. Look, he could go out there and have success. I fully expect the offense to be better. It better be, because that's what he's known for. I don't believe in coaches who are pushovers, coaches who are player-friendly. I'm just not a believer in that. Lacking structure.
No, I agree with you. But to sit there and say without the season starting and being negative towards the Knicks, it's just not. It's not fair. It's not ethical, right?
Ethical? What the hell are you talking about?
Carmine, you guys are missing. Not that you need me to defend you, but you're missing one thing, guys, because this came up earlier. And Carmine, you sound like a great guy. We love that you love the show. This is not about telling you what you guys want to hear. This medium is never about that.
Yeah,
it's about formulating an opinion. Now, I disagree with his opinion on Mike Brown. I don't think they're going to win the championship. So I'm kind of probably.
Thank you, BT.
I'm worried about them, their injuries and whatever. And I don't know if Mike Brown's a championship coach, but it's not our job to get on the air and lie to you if we don't believe it.
No, I get it. I get it. And at the end of the day, the East is weak. We know that with the injuries with Boston and stuff, and the West is elite. But I think the Knicks could do some great things. But I also wanted to touch on my second thing. I know you guys got to go, but I know you guys don't talk about this ever, but there's a future superstar in the NHL playing for the New York Islanders, Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah.
And I know you guys aren't big hockey guys, but I wanted to just get that out there on the radio.
Okay.
I would love for you guys to touch it here and there, because if he was a Yankee, a Jet, a Giant,
even a
Met,
true,
right?
Definitely.
No, and he's
or even a Ranger,
He's an
Icelander.
Icelander.
About that.
He's an Icelander.
But let's be real. The Rangers have how many cups since World War II? It's one.
No, I get it, Carl. Schaefer, you're right. Schaefer's an Icelander, and he's been great, and thank you for the call.
Haven't seen him play yet. I've heard great things. I heard he looks amazing.
It has been on my mind. Obviously, we're not going to do a lot of hockey, especially early on in the year, but he's so good that it is worth discussing. And, by the way, there are 3 teams in this town. 2 of them are worth discussing right now. The one plays at Madison Square Garden. That's not. It's not. I know the Rangers are the premier team in town. The Devils and Islanders are far superior to the Rangers this year. Devils have a real shot to do some damage in the conference, and the Isles got Schaefer. How come when the Islanders draft somebody over number 1 overall, he's actually good? And with the Rangers, it's, Lafreniere, Kakko second pick, and they stink. Total busts. I'm tired of it. The Islanders get these number 1 picks, guys are studs. Devils get these guys, number 1 pick, number 2 pick, guys are studs. With the Rangers, it's Lafreniere. Maybe in year 15, he'll figure it out. To be competent, a third line center, like give me a break, or a third line winger. It stinks. So yeah, Schaefer and the Islanders, it's exciting what's going on in the Isles.
I got to see him play. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen him play yet. I've heard some of the hype. I heard Greg say to Boomer this morning, I don't know if he was kidding around, is Schaefer staying at Boomer's daughter's and husband's house?
I believe so, according to what they were saying.
He's getting his feet. Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. So, hey, you're with Matt Martin. You're with a leader. I mean, that's pretty good.
Back to the Knicks thing, like, I'm confused as to what you want to hear, and I really don't care.
You're unethical, Sal.
Yeah, unethical. Well, what is this? This is not Knicks fanboy radio.
Unethical.
Go check out CP the Franchise if you want that homer crap. I don't do that. I give you my opinion. I am a Knicks fan, but it doesn't matter. If I grow up a Nets fan, I'm going to give you my opinion on the Knicks. Doesn't matter. I don't believe in the hiring of Mike Brown. Prove me wrong. I hope they do. I hope they win 70 games this year. Go win the NBA championship. I'd like to see it for once in my lifetime. I was told last year that it was going to be better. It wasn't. It wasn't better. I wanted to see year 2 with Tibbs and Cat and Brunson together. I don't even think that that's the difference maker. I don't believe in Mike Brown at all. I don't believe in his theory, his philosophies, the lack of organization, him being too friendly with the players, all of that. Non-defensive guy, I don't believe in any of it. His record, I'm just not a believer in Mike Brown as a head coach. And by the way, I don't think the Knicks are either, because they looked to hire 15 other guys before they got to Mike Brown. But ultimately, BT, I think it comes down to just the simple fact that the Knicks have their stars aren't good enough, specifically Karl Anthony Towns, to complement Brunson to win a championship.
Listen, you were on a roll there, so we'll pick that back up because we got the schmooze coming in.
Yes.
We want to stay on time. We got the great Steve Summer. Schmoozy coming in the house. The new book. You used to work with him. Hoff used to produce for him. I used to listen to him. We all listen to him. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Steve.
Yeah,
really
can't wait. We'll be promoting the book. Me here, you there. Steve Summers in studio when we come back.
The home of the NFL on Westwood One is WFAN.
Cuts it up along the numbers and waltzes into the end zone.
The Vikings take on the Los Angeles Chargers. 8:15 tomorrow night.
It is right down the middle and good.
Thursday Night Football is on the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Rock and roll will never die, and neither will the low prices. It's the Rocktober Savings Event at Nielsen Dodge. We've turned up the volume on Rocktober Savings on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We're rocking out the deals with 0 down payment available. 1,500 overbook value for any trade. If you need credit help, we're here to make it happen. And of course, great deals.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, online at NielsenDodge.com, a proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So for head-banging deals that are music to your ears, at Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Drive into fall event.
With approval term 24 months, due sign Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, ag tax tag 498 doc and DMV.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people,
love.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Make the smart choice. The Mazda CX-5. With standard all-wheel drive, advanced safety, and effortless handling, there's more to a Mazda than meets the eye. Lease yours for $229 a month and elevate your journey wherever the road takes you. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Everywhere in New York City, city agencies are busy delivering for you. Since 2022, a record-breaking 183,000 small businesses have opened. In 2024 and 2025, major crime dropped across the city. And now, every kid gets access to a brand new universal after-school program. That's NYC, delivering for you, every day, everywhere. Find out how at deliveringforyou.nyc.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx, made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. One hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Right. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
They give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
the story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera, you lived it.
Everyone loves a comeback. Montefiore Einstein, national leader in transplant.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday at this same time, Captain Midnight is a new program to many of our listeners. It is written for red-blooded young Americans, for boys and girls, yes, and for mother and dad, too. For everyone who's young in spirit. Captain Midnight will bring you plenty of excitement.
Time for a monologue.
Suspense, thrills galore. It lets you live a story of real adventure. In the air and on the ground. You'll never want to miss a single broadcast of Captain Midnight, and you'll want all your friends to enjoy it, too.
It smells like smoke and coffee in here, and I'm not sure why that's the case. All right, so Steve Summers, the legend, he is here, you there. That's the name of the book, Me Here, You There, comes out November 18th. I read it over the course of the last 2 days. I loved every second of it. How you been, Steve?
Well, I'm good, guys, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to provide a shameless plug.
It's great to have you.
And can I read this?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's a little bit what you just said. Me, Hear You There, coming out November 18. You can pre-order on Amazon. Book signings and appearance to be announced in the future.
Oh.
Look out. And you can go to the Twitter X page, Steve Summers, WFAN, and it is the printed or pined post. And you can also listen to my podcast, Me, Hear You There. But you're not missing anything if you do miss it.
We miss you. People miss you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you miss doing this?
Well, yes and no. I'm not on a schedule. I'm not on a deadline. But yeah, because how do you really retire from talking? And I miss, because the podcasts were not able at this point to take any calls. And we still do some production pieces. Paul Arzuman of WFAN helps us with that. But yes and no. But I watch a lot of horror movies and also I watch CNN, which tells you I'm not a Trumplican. But the bottom line,
don't get us in trouble.
but I go back and forth with what is common sense and what is right and versus wrong. But anyway, the bottom line is no. I spend time with the wife and with the mother-in-law, the family.
Oh, how fun is that?
Yeah. Please get me back on the air.
I was going to say, start another podcast. Get out of that.
No.
Jeez, go food shopping like Sal does. So Steve, it is. You okay, Stevie?
Yeah. Oh, it's the phlegm, the mucus,
Gotcha.
the marsh from barley. See, when you're my age, the phlegm is there all the time.
It is awesome to have you in. And Sal worked with you, and Hoff worked with you. I used to listen, as we all did. I remember coming back from college, and my mom would have the Walkman out, like when you go away to school, you come back, you go to the bar, you come home late, you're old enough to do whatever you want, but you're still sleeping at home. And I would fall asleep to you then in Brooklyn and up at Maris. So it's great. I want to say this to you. So we have had titans of industry here, Hall of Famers galore. I can't prove this, but I think of all the voices on this station that you probably had the most intimate connection to the listeners, more so than anybody. Did you feel that?
Well, I
Humbly,
wanted
of
to
course.
make friends because when I started here, I didn't know anybody anywhere in the tri-state area. My mother said there were 2 cousins she thought still were alive and living in New Jersey. But I couldn't look them up. I couldn't find them. I think maybe they had passed away. My mother hadn't kept in touch with them. But that is a connection I could leave alone. But I was learning the new people, learning a new job. And I said the first night on the air that if I get fired from this job, and I had been fired a number of times before, we're talking about a career that began in the 1960s. And I've had successes and failures, and not ashamed to talk about it. It's part of a career in this business especially. But in the first day I was on, first night, July 1 of 87, I said, if I get fired from this job, it won't be for lack of effort. So growing up, this was my goal. This was my dream. This was my destination. When I was in the 5th grade, and it's in the book, I wrote a paper that we were asked by the teacher, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I wrote sports writer. And that paper is in the book. Number 2, when I was about 12 or 13, anything and everything about New York being the number 1 city in the world, I knew from Madison Avenue, 5th Avenue. I knew from disc jockeys here, Cousin Brucey, et cetera, et cetera.
Cousin Brucey.
And anything that in the newspaper that had a New York byline, I read with vigor. I mean, it meant something to me that Walter Cronkite was coming from New York. Anything and everything about New York meant something to me. I'd heard about, as I say, Madison Avenue, 5th Avenue, Madison Square Garden, Rockefeller Center, on. And it all was a goal, a destination, a dream. And I always have said, and I think it's in the book too, that if you were to make a trip on an airplane from the left coast to the right coast, 6 hours or so. Took me 22 years for that flight to happen.
Yeah, it is in the book. I just read that. Obviously, we're in studio with Steve Summers. You recognize the voice, legendary. It was great for me to read the book and learn certain things. I've heard a lot of these stories from working with you over the years.
Yeah.
But also just gain a different perspective. You have had a tremendous career. And I think the most important thing to you, and for me, like knowing you talk about coming to New York and making it be your dream. You are more New York than people who have never left here before. Has that like dawned on you how New York you are and how part of the fabric you are of this city?
Well, the agent that I had at the time was from New York, from Brooklyn, and he thought I would do well here, but TV. I wanted to be Scott Clark or Len Berman or Warner Wolf.
Or Russ Salzberg.
Oh, absolutely.
It's your boy Russ.
Get the banner.
I'm leaving.
Okay, I see Russ all the time. Listen, Russ is in my neighborhood. I love Russ. Just because you don't love him, I love him.
You know, we love him. But here, the thing is, when Chernoff asked me, Mark Chernoff, the program director at the time, as you know, when he asked me to join Russ, I told him no, I didn't want to do it. I was happy working overnight. I was crying on the telephone talking to my mother and my father that it seems to be working, whatever it was that I was doing. Because you never know. You can be wonderful and still lose your job. And because I had a strike or two against me, I wasn't from here. I didn't grow up with Horace Clarke.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with the Yankees and the Mets. I saw the Mets, of course, from Candlestick Park. As a kid going to Giants games. Willie McCovey, I lived in the same building with him. He was on the top floor. I was down
Willie had
on
the
the second floor. What's that?
Willie had the penthouse.
Yes, of course. And I had a studio apartment where my parents had to help me pay the rent. But he moved in after I was there. I didn't move in because of him. Yeah. But I got to know him because every morning we met with the building's maintenance guy to have coffee. So I got to know both Harold, the maintenance guy, and Willie McCovey. And when he hit his 500th home run, I was working weekend sports on TV at KPIX, a CBS affiliate there. And I announced it. We had the film, no video, film of his 500th home run, which he told me the following day or two that he wanted a copy of that video of his hitting his 500th home run. Anyway, but he ended up in a wheelchair. Hall of Famer, stretch, MVP, 69, and so forth. And really a good guy. Unlike Willie Mays, who wasn't as popular because Willie McCovey was homegrown from Phoenix, where they had AAA. And I was there at Seals Stadium, where the San Francisco Seals had played. I felt bad when they were disbanded for the New York Giants coming to San Francisco. And my uncle, I went to the very first game.
Yeah, I saw you got the tickets. I'm sure. What
year
is that? You still have them? Because that's worth some money here. You should get them graded.
Well, I
know you don't care about that because you get...
How much money? What?
Depends.
Maybe quite a bit. If you get them graded, you have the All-Star game from 61 where you were at, and then the first game ever in Candlestick. That's a big deal.
That's nice.
Yes, April 15 of 58. And my uncle that I went to, my dad couldn't leave the grocery store, mom and pop. And my uncle, who I went with, a dentist who pulled my baby teeth out with his bare hands. To this day, I can't go to a dentist because of that. But anyway, my uncle, who I went to that game, I was 10, and he told me years later that I kept wondering why the New York baseball Giants were playing their home games in San Francisco.
Wow.
Yeah, and I saw the very first game, won by the Giants, 8-0. Ruben Gomez of the Giants versus Don Drysdale.
Would they go like 5-6 innings?
Yeah, not then.
78 pitches?
Yeah, not then.
You get the specialist stuff. So, Steve, if I said, what was all the calls you've taken, all the topics?
Jerome.
Okay, I was going to ask you your favorite call.
Okay, sure.
And I get you, Jerome.
Yeah, sure,
as well.
sure.
What's the one topic that you never got tired talking about, no matter how many calls
Baseball.
you went to? Like specific, was it a specific
baseball's
thing about baseball?
Yeah, and the Mets, and they adopted me, I adopted them. And I always found it puzzling that the Mets were considered, when they were losing all those games in the 60s, lovable and laughable. I felt sorry for them. I mean, and the Giants beat them. Juan Marichal had a great record against the Mets. But how could you find them lovable losing? And especially in New York, where fans care sometimes more than the players they root for do.
You know, one thing that I didn't realize, you have been at, first of all, you got in the ring with Ali, which is in the book,
yes.
for 3 rounds with Ali.
Right.
You've known Rick Barry, who you said wrote something. You didn't say what he did. What did he write about you in the bio?
Well, that I was a public address announcer for the radio station's basketball team that had disc jockeys playing faculty members of high schools around the Bay Area.
Okay.
And I was a public address announcer.
So you said he mentioned you in the book.
Oh, yeah.
And how about this one? I had no idea. John Madden and the Immaculate Reception. You were there for that.
Yes.
And then watched the film afterward with Madden himself.
That's right. And we couldn't tell, even frame by frame, because it was filmed. You know, I was there with the cameraman covering the Raiders and went on the road with them to Pittsburgh for that game. And to this day, it's hard to tell, although I think that it was touched by Pittsburgh first. So it is what it is. But Madden came right back to KPIX TV, the station that I did weekends, and we went into the film editor's booth. And frame by frame, once the film was developed,
that's amazing.
He took one to make sure that the call was the right call, and that because that won the game.
So, God, things have changed so much from the station to how we consume sports.
And radio has changed.
It has, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
And you have to evolve, and that's part of the territory. More content.
And you guys have. You guys are very listenable.
Okay.
No, you're ahead of the curve. Wait a minute.
You've been telling me that.
I've been telling that to Sal forever, and he doesn't believe me. No, you both are very gifted. There's no question about it. And you do remind the listeners to this radio station of what it was, WFAN, what it is, and will continue to be, because you two carry that torch.
That's very nice. And we're not alone carrying that torch, but thank you very much for that, Steve.
True.
We really appreciate that. What is...
He's going to do a double take.
Bring more. The bosses are listening.
I'm
Come
not
on,
being
keep going,
politically correct.
What sport has changed the most? Because there's been so many changes over the years.
Oh, football, I think.
That has actually taken away your enjoyment a little bit. Like, is there a sport that's changed where it's no longer recognizable?
Well, because
to
I'm in a pool, you know, I'm more interested in these games. The rules and the officiating is terrible, generally speaking. They get a lot of close calls right upon further review. However, they miss a lot also. And sometimes they don't even bring the chains out. It looks as though somebody has stopped short, and they still give a first down. But the rules with baseball have changed, and so has football. And because those two sports I watch intensely, religiously, I think you can find more of the rule changes in those two sports more than others.
And real fast, think about this stuff about changes, right? So when you're on the air, 87 into the 90s, into the early 2000s, and obviously beyond, you know, you're not talking about gambling. If somebody calls you and they want to reference a point spread, or it's meeting a guy on the corner and handing over cash or doing something illegal, now think about the way gambling has really, I don't want to say overtaken things, but it's a totally different world.
Yeah, that's right. And I, in the very beginning, had a fellow by the name of Ernie Kaufman on, who was a professional handicapper out of Las Vegas. He was on during football season on a Thursday into a Friday morning before that weekend of games. We took calls for 3 or 4 hours for him talking about various games coming up that weekend. He was very popular. And then we had to stop with him being on.
Because the station told you not to?
Yes.
And I didn't know this. I learned this in the book. Check it out. You could pre-order it now. November 18th, Steve Summers, Me Hear You There. I learned this in the book. That's where the over the night and under the covers, overnight and under the covers came from. That's what you said in the book, that the over-under reference when having that guy on.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
We got to hear this. That's wild.
Yeah, Ernie Kaufman was his name. I don't even know if he's still alive. Originally from Boston, living in New York and Vegas. He had homes in both places. And he always would say, you can listen to me, but don't trust what I'm saying because you'll end up losing more than you'll win. But he really analyzed like you wouldn't believe and won an awful lot of games that he was picking. And he took one call after another. The phones lit up like a Christmas tree lights. And we would take him on at 12:10 after an opening monologue. We would take him on at 12:10, 12:15. He was with me till 4:30.
And overnight under the covers?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what you wore with that? Ahead of the curve. BT and Sal on the Fan or on the midday show here. We'll be back with Steve Summers, who's in studio with us. Me Here, You There, the book. Get it now. You can pre-order it. Comes out November 18th.
The schmooze. And think about this. So he just told us a story about management calling him and saying no more on the gambling. Well, I'm going to tell you about gambling. I'm going to get paid for it, Steve.
There you go.
I'm going to get paid for it, buddy.
You got to do it.
It is FanDuel NBA tip-off week. Of course, FanDuel's your home for live betting. So if you missed the start of the game or maybe you want to jump in, ride a hot hand, whatever it might be, FanDuel's got live bets on everything from who's going to score the next bucket to fourth quarter comebacks, over-unders, whatever it might be, player props, combine live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you guys want to play or however you want to roll, now's a great time to jump in and join. FanDuel is giving new customers $300 back in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So visit FanDuel.com/BT. That is FanDuel.com/BT. And sign up today. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure. I've told you about FanDuel for just about a decade now. The app is simple to navigate. Best part, when you win, you get paid right away. It is safe and secure, as I said. So play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA, and also the official sports book of us here at WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. More schmooze next on The Fan.
It's Keith McPherson at night on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
Jackson Dart got hurt and went into the concussion tent. You throw Russell Wilson out there for 2 plays and you lose your mind on a quarterback.
The stadium lost their mind. I was there. People immediately started booing, and I had eyes on him, and you could tell he was like, "No, I got to get this kid back in here."
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The Jets are winless, Justin Fields is getting benched, and owner Woody Johnson isn't hiding his frustration, except when it comes to head coach Aaron Glenn. Johnson backed Glenn completely, even though he's the one who hitched his offense to Justin Fields. The message? The season's a mess, but the blame's not going upstairs. Looks like the latest Jets scapegoat has been picked. I'm Maggie Gray. Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
We all must do our part to keep our roadways safe. When driving, look out for pedestrians. Slow down and keep a 4-foot distance while passing. Let's look out for each other. Safety is a shared responsibility. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Hey, New Yorkers, fast, reliable internet can be yours when you switch to Fios. For a limited time, combine Fios home internet and one line of mobile for just $69.99 a month. Get unlimited welcome for $50 a month with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your phone. And add Fios 300 megabytes per second for $19.99 a month with autopay, mobile plus discount, and bonus discount. Visit your tri-state area Verizon store today to get this limited time offer and switch to our reliable 100% fiber optic 5G network. Fios, for eligible new Fios internet and mobile customers. Both the $15 monthly discounts for Fios and Bring Your Phone applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. $99 Fios setup charge applies. For unlimited welcome, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on The Fan.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm that's there to help accident victims. I'm attorney Jenna D'Agostino, continuing the legacy my father, John D'Agostino, started 35 years ago when he built D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm, one client at a time.
I grew up on these New York and New Jersey streets. They shaped me. I'm attorney John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I often tell the story of how my father lost his leg in a construction accident so people understand I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first, 888-24-LAW-24, 888-24-LAW-24.
Continuing the legacy means working closely with my father and our team. When you're injured, we know a big decision has to be made. Call our team first.
D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first, 888-24-LAW-24, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $227 a month and $2,004 due at delivery, lease a brand new Equinox 4D Wagon LT with 2-wheel drive for 36 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean nobody. So if you're looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price, get to Town Fair today. Michelin winter tires offer a shorter stopping distance on ice and snow, along with predictable handling in cold, dry, and wet wintry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price and free services for life on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
In studio. The book is Me Here, You There, November 18th. It comes out. You can pre-order it now. You want to read that thing again there, Steve? You got that read or no?
Yeah, I do.
Ahead,
and you go to Twitter, X, and it's Steve Summers, WFAN, and the book is Me Here, You There, and you can order it, through Amazon. And in their book section, it's highly rated. It was number 1 in sports journalism right after it was posted on X and or Twitter. And then it dropped into, went from sports journalism to journalism, and it was number 2 or 3, now in the category of Amazon books, about to come out, because it comes out November 18, but you can pre-order it now there through Amazon. But now it's like number 8 of their top 50. So I'm flattered by that and honored by that, and also a little surprised by that, too, because I wasn't Mike and the Mad Dog. I wasn't you two working. Well, I mean...
Come on. Now you're overdoing it. Come on.
No. Well, you two are here for a reason.
Because they couldn't get anybody else. Yeah, exactly. Because you retired, so they had to find us.
That's exactly right.
We appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I want to make it more about you. And like I said, I worked with you for a long time, so I've known some of these stories, but I do think listeners can learn things from this, because even I learn things from this book. And one thing that I think is very important is I have some notes, some personal stuff that I want to get into with you. One thing that I think is very important for people to understand is, because I remember it from afar, producing for you, seeing you at times throughout the course of a show or during a game, in between shows, right? You'd come on before a game, third of the game, we'd watch the Met game, you'd be writing or reacting or doing whatever you're doing, then we'd come on afterward. But there were a lot of times where you were getting calls from your brother, Michael, and having to take care of him, and you never really brought that, like, I think it's incredible that you were able to separate that from being on the air, but you were dealing with a lot taking care of your brother.
Well, I had to, because first of all, I had cancer at one time, some years ago. It's gone. Prostate cancer, had 10.5 weeks of radiation, and I'm most proud of the fact that I went through the radiation every morning, Monday through Friday, at Lenox Hill, on the Upper East Side. I went through radiation for 10.5 weeks and never missed a day of work.
Wow.
And didn't talk about that radiation or the prostate cancer. I was lucky because it hadn't spread. And you have options. Chemotherapy, the side effects with that. You also could have surgery and have your prostate removed, or you could have radiation. I was lucky to get radiation. You feel nothing. It took me longer to undress and put the gown on before wheeling me into the tube than the actual radiation time taken itself. And I don't have it now, years later. But it is important to get yourself checked if you're a male or female too, but nonetheless, especially if you're over 50. So that's a message of that. But why I didn't talk about the cancer, and I also had...
Well, your brother as well. Because I remember you... I mean, I didn't know what was going on. Well, but I remember some of the conversations that I could tell you were stressed out, and then you wrote about it in the book.
Well, in the book, yeah. But on the air, I wasn't paid to do that. And people have their own problems. Not every family is the Cosby family when Cosby was the perfect family. But everyone has some dysfunction in their family. And I didn't want calls all night long, we hope you get better, or we're sorry to hear about your brother, that kind of thing, whether it was my own or my brother. And of course, you two would do the same for a member of the family who was born disabled. After my mother and my father died, who was left? Me. And he was living in Boston, living in Brookline. He wasn't that far away, a 4-hour drive, that kind of thing. He had kidney cancer in '99. They took out the kidney. But he didn't understand that with one kidney, you have to be very careful. He had the worst diet. You had to Google salad to show him what a healthy meal might look like. He'd eat a gallon of ice cream a day, not a quart, not a pint. And he'd have double orders. He was way overweight, had a number of physical and, of course, mental issues. but he was family, and I did my best. He passed away at the age of 76, and nobody in the family thought he would live that long. But he did, and, you know, I hope he's in a better place.
He is. And to Sal's point, why Sal brings that up, I mean, not that this would be easy either, but, you know, to go into a conventional office and do your job, put your head down for 8-9 hours, and then go and deal with that, that's one thing. To deal with that and then get on the air and entertain and watch games and be up to speed and make it sound like you're good.
Well,
that's hard.
An excellent point you're making, because it made me, for a while, for a couple of hours, forget real life in real time.
I could see that.
With what was most important. It took me away from that for a little while, although, you know, it was in my mind, on my mind. I talked about it with Peter Hoffman a little bit, my own issue. I didn't say I had cancer. They knew I had a disabled brother to some degree. I didn't go into a lot of detail with that, but they knew. I got to know both Paul Rosenberg and your producer, Peter Hoffman. They were there to hear me a little bit during a downtime when I was here, but everything else was to focus on what my job was. Otherwise, I was going to get calls. We hope, we're sorry to hear about your brother.
Right, derail the show. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I mean, and people have their own issues.
Yep.
So, I mean, why should I burden them with mine?
One other thing that I learned, like I've heard about the legends of, well, Summers used to have alcohol in his coffee cups or whatever, but I started in 2003. You've been sober from, you said, the mid to late 90s?
Oh, yeah. Well, the late 80s into the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you got the job, though, because it says you went to in the book, it says you went to rehab for 30 days. Was that during the beginning of your successful overnight show, right as you got here?
Yes. And if I didn't go, and I didn't think, I began to think that the problem I had was other people thinking that I was on substances, whether it was drugs or alcohol, and alcohol is a drug. And if I didn't go to rehab, and I could have left at any time, but I stayed for the full 30 days because I was told if I didn't go, that I would lose my job. And I was off to a good start. Wow. And I didn't want to do that. And at rehab in Carmel, New York, upstate, they thought the reason I drank at all was because of my mother and my father. And I said to them, and I'm going to say it to you guys on the air, they didn't drink. My brother didn't drink. He ate everything, but he never drank. If anything, my mother and my father, maybe a toast at a wedding, a bar mitzvah, they didn't drink. There was no alcohol at home. And there were many nights as a kid even, when I would go out with my friends, you know, to maybe pick somebody up at a bar when you could do that, and it actually happened. Bottom line is, there were nights I didn't drink. And I didn't drink every day. There were nights before coming here at midnight where I would go out to dinner with somebody that I had made a friend, had a blind date. And I had a lot of blind dates. And the German Shepherd never got in the way, by the way. but bad line, terrible. And I hope that's not in the book. But the bottom line is, I'd have a glass of wine, I'd have a drink or two, but I wasn't ever drunk. You know, but you could maybe smell it, I guess. And I fought against going to rehab and so forth and so on. But I did go because I didn't want to lose my job. And again, I smoke still. That would be more difficult for me to quit cigarettes than it did to quit drinking altogether. I didn't want any, it was such a negative thing. But they tried to put it on my mother and my father. And I kept saying, no, it's me. I'm here because I am the drinker in the family, nobody else. And so forth and so on. And they said, well, you know, they wanted to talk to my parents. I said, my parents didn't even know I was there. I would get up in the middle of the night sharing a cot with a crack addict. That's how you had to stay there with other alcoholics, drug users. And I would call my mother and my father in the middle of the night, charge it to my home phone here, and tell them everything was fine.
Wow.
I didn't want to ruin what was pleasant for them.
Did you not want to?
They never knew.
Wow.
I was there.
So you didn't want to disappoint them or burden them?
Correct. Both.
Both.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Both. Oh no,
Wow.
It wasn't their problem.
I got you. Totally understood.
It was mine.
Yeah.
And yet the counselors there wanted to blame them for me. No, they didn't. And I would say, no, you're not doing that. They brought tears to my eyes the day they wanted me in front of them to call my parents. And I said, I'm not doing it. They had nothing to do with this.
Good for you.
You have to believe that.
There you go. Little mix up here. I'm sure you've hit this. I don't know if it's in the book. I've skimmed the book. I've got to jump into it more
You're
thoroughly.
Not missing anything.
No, stop. He loved it. He raved about it. Not just because he knows you. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, well.
And what I've read is very good.
Yeah.
But if you have it in there, I may have missed it. What is the origin of the yellow legal ped? How did it start? Tell us.
Well, I just went to Staples one day looking for paper. And it wasn't, here's the thing. You bring up an excellent point. Everyone used to say, the monologues were good. Not all of them were good, of course. But everyone would say that said something about the monologue, you're a good writer. No. When you write for radio, you're writing for the ear. They only hear it once. Has to be very simple. If you're writing for print, whether it's a blog, a website, a newspaper, whatever it may be, you can reread it. But with radio, you hear it once. Then, of course, during the course of the program, you refer to a lot of points. Somebody might be listening to you an hour into your program that didn't hear your open. So you, again, may not do the monologue, but you're talking about what was in it. But I always thought it was the delivery more than the writing. And the podcast that I'm going to do a little bit later on today, after you guys having me on, it's so appreciated, I write a monologue for that. And then I say goodnight, and that's it. No. And then, but we can't take any calls.
Yeah.
But we do play a little production and make it as interesting as we can. And I don't get paid for it. I'm doing it. Not yet.
Well, you don't. Come on, you made enough money. You don't need.
No,
you're not doing it for
I have more money than Trump.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well,
All right, you got time for another segment here? You got somewhere to go?
No,
okay.
Do I have time? I'm retired. What is it?
And don't go.
There it is.
Yeah, I use them too.
I use them. And use dark ink. I use Uniball.
You want to take this time to go take a break out front and go maybe have a cigarette down in the elevator?
I need to take a piss. I will. That's all.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Ray Katina. Yes, you can. Don't get stuck in the elevator if you go
Hopefully
down.
it doesn't take you too long now.
The portion of the phlegm. The portion of the show is brought to you by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison, and by Moderna. More with the schmooze when we come back.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey, Tiki here. Imagine a world where all your smart devices work together seamlessly in one simple ecosystem. Introducing the Sloman's Shield Link. With Sloman's Shield Link, transform your home into a truly intelligent smart home experience. Control your lights, heating and cooling, door locks, cameras, TVs, just about anything in your home. Life is busy and daily stresses add up. But with Sloman's Shield Link, your home tech works in harmony, making life more convenient, safe, and enjoyable. Now imagine pulling into your driveway, and with one tap, your home welcomes you. Lights on, doors unlocked, only to hear your favorite music. A true smart home isn't just about gadgets. It's about comfort and security. With Sloman's Shield, enjoy a full integration of home security and automation, all at your fingertips. Make your life easier and your home a safer haven. Learn more at SlomanShieldLink.com or call 1-800-ALARM-ME. Embrace the future of home living with Sloman's Shield Link.
Hey, so for the past few weeks, I've been telling everyone about my new favorite water. That would be Elevate. As you all know, I'm drinking it and feeling amazing. The hydrogen-infused super water is proven to lower inflammation in the body, and it's backed by science. And best of all, it tastes amazing. Elevate is all about transforming lives, so here's what they're offering you today. Go to drinkelevate.com, put in my code word BOOMER100, and get 100% off of your first case of super water. Order now. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Kick off the new season in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Upgrade to a new GLC, GLE, or GLS, or take advantage of their loaner-to-owner program. Buy or lease a 2025 X-Loaner and enjoy a like-new Mercedes-Benz. Now at Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes down to finding the lowest price on Michelin winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tires' guaranteed lowest price. And when it comes to free services, nobody gives you more free services on your Michelin winter tires than Town Fair Tire. So why look for Michelin winter tires anywhere but Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed best deals? Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Mnexspike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is now available and easy to find near you. To learn more, visit mnexspike.com. That's MNEXSPIKE.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM841631. MSRP $26,980. Zero security deposit. Ends 10/31/25.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on The Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Wellness isn't just what you do, it's what you absorb, hydrate, and fuel with. At Terra Origin, we combine ancient Ayurvedic wisdom with modern science to support your whole body from the inside out. Gut health for balance, healthy hydration for performance, healthy greens for clean energy and recovery. Because when your body's in sync, everything else flows. Find your formula today at TerraOrigin.com and use code RADIO to save 25% off your first order. Terra Origin, rooted in tradition, built for now.
Hey, this is Tiki Barber. Those of us living in New Jersey got hit with a 20% electric rate increase. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, it's time for a new high-efficiency Carrier system. And there's only one company to call for a new one. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas. So get your system checked now and save money with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey iHeart
Working on a night move. Trying to make some
BT's out back on the Fan. Today's call today brought to you by Edison Heating and Cooling. New Jersey's heating experts. Call today is Steve Summers, who is in studio with us right now to help promote the book here. Steve Summers, Me Here, You There, My 3 Decades Overnight Under the Covers Schmoozing SPORTS as capped at midnight for WFAN. November 18th, it comes out. You can pre-order it today. Okay, couple of things here. There's a lot still that we want to get to with you, Steve. But I learned some things about you. I'm going to give you quick hitters, and you can pick on which one you want to talk about. You have hammer toes. I was not aware of that, so I learned about the hammer toes, which prevented you from being a better baseball player potentially.
Well, I had no speed.
Yeah, okay. Joan Rivers called you on the overnight.
That is right.
Had no idea that was the case,
and she called because somebody had brought up about where I live and blah blah blah, and I brought up that my apartment was a mess. And Joan Rivers, and we called back to make sure it was actually her. And she called to suggest a cleaning lady.
Joan Rivers, like that's a big, I know Seinfeld, we can get into that, but Joan Rivers?
Yeah, Joan Rivers, but she didn't want to be on the air. We wanted her on.
Oh, she didn't come on, but she did call.
She called in on the regular call-in line and suggested a cleaning lady for my apartment. So... And that happened.
Okay, and then one more. Well, there's more, but just the one that I want to bring up. Howard Cosell got you suspended?
I was working TV in Atlanta, WXIA, an ABC affiliate. He had come down from New York for a dinner with an affiliate ABC station. And I did a commentary. I did sports Monday through Friday there. For only a couple of years. I was working for Confederates. I didn't like it at all. I hated it. And I got lucky because I ended up with Gumbel in L.A. at KNBC. Anyway, but the bottom line is I did a commentary during my sportscast in which Cosell was watching, and because he was in Atlanta for the dinner. And I basically talked about him being a caricature of himself. And he complained about it. Here was a guy that made his living complaining about other people and complained about me talking about him becoming the caricature of himself. For 2 days, I was suspended by a general manager who not only had a spittoon in his office, but used it.
Really? Spittoon? Wow.
He was a Confederate from Stonewall Jackson.
You want one more, BT? You'll like this.
Go for
one more. I did not know that you were dating somebody. You went on a vacation. And
oh, yeah, Ronnie.
And she left you. I was crying of laughter reading this one line.
Well, I didn't talk about it for years. It happened in 1975, and she was the girl that I was with, and we went on a cruise. Now, the waiter at our table, she liked very much what he had to serve. Which was himself. So, and I suspect.
Is that what you tweeted the other day, Sal? It is, right?
Yes, I tweeted the page from them. It was so good.
I was very upset by it at the time. And on the air, after years gone by here,
oh man,
I told that story, Love Boat for her, Ship of Fools for me.
Oh, man. But you recovered nicely, didn't you? You got a little game. You got some bounce back
and I
there,
suspected something was wrong because we'd go to dinner. We would go to dinner. And she would leave to say, I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to refresh with my makeup and be gone for an hour or two.
No way.
Where was she having plastic surgery?
Something was getting rearranged.
She was seeing him, in his stateroom.
Wow, Steve, that is...
And, right.
Oh,
and now here's the...
I'm sorry to laugh at that because
No. I
tell
laugh about it now, too.
I know, but I could tell you were hurt by it. And even in the book, you said, like, some people will find this funny.
I was crying in my pina coladas.
That's tough. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, it bothered me a lot.
I don't blame you.
And
didn't bother anybody.
Yeah, and here's the ironic thing. Years later, I'm working in Atlanta. I got along with her parents very well. This was while I was in Sacramento. and the bottom line, doing TV there. And she had left a note on my car that she wanted to meet me. And she had a boyfriend at the time. I should have realized that we were young playing the field, which you could do.
Yeah.
And so we went on this cruise after we had been going together for about a year. And the bottom line is that she met the waiter, she moved to the Canary Islands, where he was from, off the coast of Spain, then stayed with him from what I understand from her parents, who I got along with very well, and wanted me to marry her even. And not a Jewish girl, Ronnie McKee or Veronica McKee.
Irish, Scottish,
yes.
German, yeah, there you go.
Through and through, God love her.
Uh-huh.
And bottom line is I'm in Atlanta now, and she comes back from Europe. She had stayed with the guy, the waiter, for about 6 months in the Canary Islands, and then with girlfriends traveled around Europe. Came back to the United States on her way back to Sacramento, stops in Atlanta, calls me and wants to get together again. I said no.
Good for you, standing your ground.
Not even one last...
Yeah, I thought about it.
Right.
I thought about it because...
Under the covers, talking about SEX.
Listen, you're talking about under the covers. but I thought about it, but I would never be able to trust her again.
You got to have a little self-respect. You got to draw the line somewhere. There you go. All right, so this is a random one. You don't have to spend too much time on it. I feel like I know completely what kind of music like Beningo loves and Dog loves Bruce. You were born, obviously, out in San Francisco, and so many, groups were spawned out there in the 60s and the 70s. Like, what's your favorite type of music?
Well, it's rock and roll, really, rhythm and blues, little soul music. A good friend of mine in college, Ben Fong Torres, and I'm going to have him on my podcast, an original writer of Rolling Stone magazine, the last to interview John Lennon, the last to interview Jim Morrison.
Wow.
And an Asian actor played Ben in the movie Almost Famous.
Wow. What an interesting guy.
With Kate Hudson in that movie.
Great movie.
And the Asian character was Ben Fong Torres with Rolling Stone. And he's retired now. He lives out in the Bay Area. And I wanted to write more about him in the book. I think I made reference to Ben, but I got in touch with him from a high school teammate on the baseball team who was a writer for the San Francisco Chronicle and has written a number of books, including one that was a bestseller about the Zodiac Killer. And Duffy Jennings, his name. And I called Duffy, only about 2 weeks ago, and I said, Duff, and I went to high school with Duffy, so I knew him. I said, Duffy, do you know how I can get in touch with Ben Fong Torres? And he gave me his phone number, and now I'm going to get Ben on my podcast. He's not really a sports fan, but music-wise.
That's a good one. I'm going to listen to that. I like it.
Ben was very close, with Rolling Stone, very close to Bill Graham, who had Fillmore West and Fillmore East. Ben was into Cream and Led Zeppelin. I wasn't so much into the
Not
acid
the hard
rock
stuff as much. Not like Jimi Hendrix and stuff.
No, I knew of them.
No.
Janis Joplin.
Yep, for sure. Creedence,
Jefferson Airplane.
Creedence Clearwater, maybe.
Who?
Creedence Clearwater.
Oh, yeah, great.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, great. The Eagles,
Yes,
great.
love the
Creedence Clearwater are great.
Okay.
But not into the acid rock. Now, Ben was. And he was with, in college, I was the sports director of our campus radio station. He was not the music director, but he was partly program director with the music, and he was a writer for the campus newspaper. But a great writer. Ben Fong Torres. So only very happy to mention his name.
BT and Sal in studio with Steve Summers. Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. One other thing from the book, and I'll always be grateful. Like, I love Jerry Seinfeld, and I love the Seinfeld show. I remember I wasn't even working on your show yet, but I believe I was an intern in 2003. You had Seinfeld come in studio at the old Astoria place. He went around and shook everybody's hand, including my own. He made eye contact. I'll never forget that. As an intern, it wasn't just Jerry Seinfeld big timing people. He went in there for Steve, shook everybody's hand. So I love that. I do think, though, and there's great insight. You share some emails between you and Seinfeld.
And he wrote the forward.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like, I think you're almost. He called you because he's a fan of you. I know you met him. You could get into that. You don't need Seinfeld's fame. You're Steve Summers. Like,
stop.
No, I'm serious. Like, you almost overdid it with the Seinfeld stuff.
No. Listen, I've been very lucky, and listen. You guys know all too well. You want to be good, and you don't need anyone to tell you when it's working, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your approach is, whatever your presentation is. But I also am smart enough to know what I don't know. But what I do know is when I did a monologue or an entire program without the energy, making mistakes, maybe, with facts, with some information, I always tried to hold myself accountable and responsible as you guys do. And that is the way it should be with anyone on or off the air. But the bottom line is, what was your question again?
About Seinfeld.
Daryl, are you with us? Yeah, the Seinfeld thing, like, I get that you have a relationship with him. I almost feel like without Seinfeld ever listening to you or coming on your show, you'd still be one of the greatest to ever do this.
Oh, you stop. Well,
I'm serious. But I get like Seinfeld sells and I like that.
You know how I met. It's in the book how I met him.
Yeah, go ahead. You could say the story.
And for me, he didn't. When I walked up to him in the bodega at about 1:30 in the morning, he was with George Wallace, a good friend of his to this day, also a comedian. And I debated, because I wasn't the type as a kid to ask for autographs and all that kind of thing. I always felt intimidated that I was bothering somebody, so I never did it. But he and Wallace were the only two people in the bodega about 1:30 in the morning. I had watched a repeat in July of Saturday Night Live, and then it was still very warm, and overnight, 75 degrees, 80 in the summertime in July. And I went down to the corner bodega to get a pint of ice cream when I saw them. And I had a business card that we all got at the very beginning. It said WFAN, red, white, and blue, my name on it. And I said, do I walk up to him? Because I'm a fan. And I walk up to him and say hello. I don't mean to bother. And that's what I did. I said, I walked up to him and I said, don't mean to bother you. Just want to let you know I'm a fan. And this is where I work. I just started at this radio station. He never made eye contact as I was talking. But he looked at the card, looked up, made eye contact, and said, you're Steve Summers? And I went, boing. No. I mean, really. Now, today, what my wife has to do today, like in India, they have the snake with the snake in the basket and the guy with the flute. That's my wife has to, she bought a flute. What? So the bottom line, really, I couldn't believe he knew he was like a listener. And then he called in, regular caller, the next Monday. This was a Saturday night, Sunday morning. And he called in Monday night as Jerry from Queens, really Jerry from Manhasset. And, yeah, he co-hosted with me a couple of times. Are we running out of time?
No.
No, if you got to get rid of me, you get rid of me.
No, I'm not getting rid of you.
Because you're not taking calls. What is it?
No, what? You don't even have headphones on to take calls.
No, that's right.
Yeah, no, I just was saying the Seinfeld, I think it's great, but I just want you to know, like, I would listen to you regardless of if Seinfeld calls or not. Like, yeah, it's cool to have him on.
Well,
I like his show. I like your show, too.
And that he gave the okay to put emails in the book. And also write a forward. Well, that's going to help sell the book, I would think.
Well, it is interesting insight to see you two go back and forth like that through the email.
Oh, yeah. But I will say he's been very, very generous to me with his time. But I'm not a part of his inner circle. I didn't get invited to that lousy movie he made. Look out! Wait a minute. Now the book will really sell. I'm getting controversial.
I'll tell you, you are. I was telling Sal, I think it was during a commercial break where Sal worked with you, Hoff, like, so they know you differently. I've seen it. I've always shown respect. Like, as soon as when I was down the whole national.
Well, same with you.
Well, no, but this is about you. So I just listening to you all these years. I'm like, he's. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're out of your mind nuts. I didn't know that you were this crazy. You're nuts. You are crazy in a good way. Yeah. Like, you have an edge that I don't know that our listeners necessarily knew that you had. I love it.
Of course, nuts is true. I was really nuts when I was younger, riding on the hood of a car through a wall of fire, trying to jump a motorcycle over a goalpost in Atlanta.
That was in Atlanta, yeah. We were talking about that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the days of George Plimpton, all because of Paper Lion, this intellectual is like working out with the Detroit Lions. Then he writes a book about it, a guy who wore a bow tie and a vest and very intellectual. And so news directors around the country with their TV guys wanted them to get involved. Yeah. Evel Knievel style. Mm-hmm. And so I did a couple of those things, which I would never do at this point or ever again, even if I was younger.
It's a fascinating read. You're going to learn a lot about it, about Steve and behind the scenes and the career and all that stuff. We went over a lot. We wanted to come back with this. We had to take a quick break here. Don't yell at me. Yes, can you come back for one more segment? Is that okay?
Of course.
Okay, one more segment because there is some other stuff that I want to get into.
Okay.
And we want to get your thoughts on today's stuff, like the Mets and things like that.
Okay.
The BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
It may be the offseason for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no offseason for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping to beat the books with the BetMGM Network. We're going to the NHL and taking over 5.5 in the Canadiens-Flames matchup. Flames have been brutal to start this year, 1-6, giving up 3 or more goals in 6 of their 7 games. The Habs are the complete opposite. They've scored 3 or more in 6 of their 7. This is the perfect storm to play over 5.5. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Build monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Rock and roll will never die, and neither will the low prices. It's the Rocktober savings event at Nielsen Dodge. We've turned up the volume on Rocktober savings on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $199 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Altitude X 4x4, just $224 a month.
We're rocking out the deals with 0 down payment available. $1,500 overbook value for any trade. If you need credit help, we're here to make it happen. And of course, great deals.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So for head-banging deals that are music to your ears, at Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Drive into fall event.
With approval term 24 months, due Exciting Cherokee 5794, Cherokee L 5819, ag tax tag 498, Dr. DMV.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/GO, that's GIO, to sign up today. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
One legendary name, two exceptional Lexus destinations, Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth, where they proudly sell more Lexus vehicles than any other Lexus dealership in New Jersey. Experience the best selection and expert service only at Ray Cattina Lexus.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Upgrade your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power, designed to cut through serious dirt and grime. And what's great is this laundry pair is in stock and ready for delivery when you need it the most. Don't miss out. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.
It's football season, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT Sal back on the Fan. All right, we have a couple minutes here. We have a lot of breaks to get in. We'll try to get as much content from you as we can. Steve, we're in studio. Steve Summers' book comes out November 18th. Pre-order it now. Steve Summers, me here, you there, covering his entire career beyond WFAN, and then, of course, some insight into WFAN.
And you can't pre-order on Amazon.
Pre-order on Amazon,
Yeah.
the emails with Jerry Seinfeld. Now, you touched on this a little bit earlier, and we talked about some of the, sensitive things in the book. You did. You said controversy sells. You did. Did you send a copy of this book to Russ Salzberg? Because you shredded Russ.
Well, the show ended up being okay at the end of 5 years. But in the very beginning, I didn't want to leave overnight. It wasn't Russ per se. It was that I was having a great time, the happiest time of my life in broadcasting. I'm in New York. I'm overnight. I'm getting immediate feedback from callers. It was more positive than anything, and I was happy. I remember telling my mother and my father when they were alive, I've been renewed after a year. And they were so proud and happy because they know how I had been out of work before, how I'd been fired before. It happens in a career, ups and downs. So I was happy. I didn't want to go midday.
But then you had to work with Russ, and it
was
what was
good
that
cop,
like
bad
working?
cop, because his ratings were not very good when he was working by himself, and they didn't want to fire him. They figured they'd put the good cop and the bad cop together. The restrictions that I had, I couldn't do an opening monologue, really. We had to talk about what was going on, and that's the way it should be with two people.
Sure.
And I couldn't do production, per se. And he made fun of the fearless forecaster.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
That's crossing a line.
I don't remember that. In the office area that I had, he wrote with a Sharpie on the glass wall, "That's a loss."
Oh, dude.
And here's the thing, the fearless...
You guys are just very different. That's the bottom line. You're just very
good
different.
cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
It was difficult, but it ended up the ratings went up thanks to me, and and it did, and then after 5 years of working 10 to 1, they disbanded. The ratings we were still in the top 5, and in our demographic in our time period. But for the most part, in the very beginning, I didn't want to leave overnight. I was very, very happy doing it. I adjusted to the hours, not a problem, and was very, very happy.
But you always told me working with Russ was like working with your family.
Yes, the Adams family.
Jeez, look how we set him up.
The Manson family. Yeah, I know. But I knew that you two didn't get along just from stuff that we talk about. I wish I could find the page. I was trying to find it. People got to buy the book just for that. You did go to town on him pretty good there.
Well, I was honest about it, and I was honest with him also about it. So the bottom line is he keeps in touch a lot.
Really?
He calls me a lot to usually complain about the radio station. And is
that true?
No, I'm making it up. But the bottom line is that the bottom line is that he does call and he always says, "Let's get together for lunch. I'm hungry. I'm still waiting." For years now, he has been calling and let's get together for lunch, but it hasn't happened.
But it's funny how time kind of dilutes anger, whatever. Because I said before, I see Russ all the time. And I love Russ. Like, I've coached his grandkids. I see him. He's at all the games.
Okay.
Like, I am a big fan. You guys are just very different. That's the bottom.
Oh,
and different
well, sure.
different could be really good.
Yeah.
Unless it crosses a threshold. And but I think the wounds heal, and you guys got to get the lunch.
Yes, and there are always going to be creative differences with anyone you work with. You guys know from that.
100%. We have that. Like, I had to learn to do a show with somebody. It's different from doing it
of
by
course.
yourself.
To do it solo is one thing, where you're not compromising or giving up time or ideas to somebody else.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, it was working for a good time, but the ratings got stale. And also, probably money had something to do with
Always
it as
does.
well.
Always does.
So it always does. It's that kind of a business. And so it's like any business where they cut you back or downsize. And it's an exciting business to be in. It's rewarding and satisfying, but it could also be treacherous, where people lose their jobs right before Christmas.
That's true.
It's part of the business, but it's part of the challenge you take on by choosing a broadcasting career.
Well said, by
Can I
the
just
way.
read a passage here real quick from it?
Yeah.
Page 133. He was yelling and screaming and hanging up on people. Why is that not a good thing? He wasn't a radio guy. John Minko said Salzburg looked at WFAN as a part-time job. You said a creative type? No. Inventive? No. User-friendly? The only ones listening to him were his family.
Well, that is a quote from somebody else.
And they brought you in, you said, specifically to cut him off.
Well, that's right. That was my direction. Stop the yelling and the screaming. And he on his own kind of did that. I would try to interrupt him. But the line about the only people listening to him when he was working alone was Mike Breen. And
that wasn't in the book. I'm sorry.
Now it should be.
But enough railing on my boy Russ here. I got to draw the line. That's it. Enough. We're moving on. I love Russ. That's it.
And Mike,
I'm starting to feel bad for Russ now. It's in the book. I love him.
Controversy sells.
I know, but I love the guy.
Well, yeah. No, listen, but his ratings were not good.
I got you.
They were really. Breen said that doing sports on Imus.
I got you.
And no, that's why they paired me with him.
I got you.
He didn't get fired. And no, he didn't get fired. He was still working at Channel 9. And Joel Hollander, the GM, the godfather to his two daughters, and they were neighbors in Wayne, New Jersey, and may still be, I'm sure. And the bottom line is I can understand not wanting to fire him. He was a terrific TV presence. And, again, radio, that style didn't work for him. But the yelling and the screaming did work for other people and other businesses, including this one, but it didn't work for him.
So we want to get a couple current things, though, right? Before we let you go. And we have, I think, the rest of the show, so we'll finish it up with Steve Summers in studio. But the one thing before we even get to, like, the Mets and the offseason, this past year, some other things currently, Knicks maybe, the thing about firing up a microphone, it really is like a drug. And not everybody loves radio. A lot of people do radio.
Yeah.
And I would hope that it comes across, and we'll let others judge that I love radio, that my partner loves it. It's very apparent that you just love the spoken word more than most people, that it is innately in you.
Well, here's the thing. Radio is intimate and personal.
Yep.
And so I didn't mind that. I enjoyed that, celebrated that with callers. I wanted friends. I wanted them to feel comfortable talking with me as I was talking to them. And I've always said, on and off the air forever, it was a two-way street. What they would say about me, I could say about them. What they did, the audience and management, was give me a breath, give me a life, give me a career, and make me go through the happiest times of my life.
All right, Steve, we got to wrap it up here. I just want to say, like, for me, it was an honor to be able to say that I worked on the other side of the glass. Even though I was nervous, you were here holding up your hand, ready to hit that audio, whatever piece it may be, being a part of those opens from the other side of the glass, an honor and a privilege, especially looking back at your career and some of the fondest times I have.
You helped me a great deal.
No,
you did.
No, but
you did.
You
helped me.
No, I was not.
You enabled me to get through some tough programs. Sal, now you always say that about me, that I'm, being too humble or whatever. Yeah. You helped.
No. I was not good. But let me just let me say this for 1 second, please. Like, I love being on the air with BT during the middays. It's great. Nothing compares to the fun that we had in Astoria, watching games together. Me, you, Husler, Schweiback, or whoever else was behind the scenes. Gio, like all those guys in and out. Those were some of the best memories I have in my life. And you were the one doing those shows in between. It was an honor and a privilege to be working with you.
Well, I can say the same about today. You two having me on. Both of you are gifted. Both of you, I can't thank you enough. You're giving me a little airtime, a lot of airtime, actually, and helping to sell the book. I so appreciate, I'm honored that you have had me on today, and that is sincere. I'll go home and kind of rethink everything that I've said, that you brought up, blah, blah, blah. I can't thank you both enough for having me on. A real honor.
I'll give Sal the last word. You guys go back such a long ways. I just want to say very quickly here, there's only so many WFAN shows in history and so many microphones to go around, and I know that he thinks this way, as do I. Like when we fire up our mics, we're part of the history of the station. Is with us, and it's important to us, and you're a big piece of that. So, respect. I fell asleep to you so many nights. I've told you this before.
Yeah.
Legend, doors always open. Best of luck with the book, and really good having you in.
Bless you so much. Bless you both, and thank you so much from what heart I have for having me on.
Steve Summers, legend. Me here, you there, November 18th. Pre-order now at Amazon. BT and Sal on the Fan.
It's Evan and Kiki. Afternoons on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Default to what you're supposed to do. And what you're supposed to do is run the clock so that they are forced to use all 3 of their timeouts.
Listen to Evan and Kiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sportsman. It's sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Luka Doncic had an impressive season debut for the Lakers last night. 43 points, 12 boards, 9 assists, but the Lakers lost. It's only one game, and it still makes you wonder if that's what the Lakers are going to be. Luka dominates, and it's not enough. Even when LeBron comes back from a minor injury, this is a Luka show, and that might not be a winning formula. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Make the smart choice, the Mazda CX-5. With standard all-wheel drive, advanced safety, and effortless handling, there's more to a Mazda than meets the eye. Lease yours for $229 a month and elevate your journey wherever the road takes you. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Ready for a smarter way to heat your home and save on energy costs? Go with Petro. Upgrade to a new energy-efficient heating system with the latest technology to help you save now and for years to come. With easy financing, $0 down, and low monthly payments, better comfort and savings are all within reach. And trust your local HVAC pros at Petro for expert installation and best-in-class service. Don't miss this deal for a new heating system. Go to Petro.com now or call 1-888-PETRO02 today. That's 1-888-PETRO02.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
Sitting in the driver's seat of the Nissan Kicks is like the best seat in the house. You're in the action. And with the Nissan Kicks all-wheel drive, you can go find the best views. And with the 10-speaker Bose Personal Plus audio system, you can hear everything. Your new wheels await. Reimagine your ride with the reimagined Nissan Kicks. Now get the 2025 Nissan Kicks starting at just $21,830. Shop your local Nissan store or NissanUSA.com. Starting MSRP at $21,830 for base model. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP. MSRP excludes up to $1,495 destination and handling charges, tax, title, and license. Dealer sets actual price.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Well, think again. Bring in your AT&T and T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and they'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where everybody in the family can choose their own plan and save. So, bring your bill to your local Verizon store and they'll give you a better deal.
Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score Report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation, and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
At Paramus Chevrolet, we understand that a car is more than four wheels. It's an extension of who you are. Hey, it's Mike Tandarella, General Manager of Paramus Chevrolet. Because everyone has unique taste, we stock a large variety of certified pre-owned automobiles. So you're sure to find something you absolutely love. And it gets better. Enjoy our exclusive Paramus Chevrolet VIP Plus program. A lifetime of complimentary oil changes, courtesy shuttles, and loaner car availability. Visit us in person or online at ParamusChevrolet.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, that does it for us. Special show. In case you missed any of it, check it out on the free Odyssey app. Me Here, You There, coming out November 18th. You can pre-order on Amazon. There'll be book signings and appearances to be announced in the future. You can go to the Twitter page, Steve Summers, WFAN, and the post is pinned on there. You could also listen to his podcast, the Me Here, You There podcast. Wasn't it a trip, BT?
That was awesome. Really cool having Schmooze in. I think you guys will really enjoy that. If you missed like all of it, we'll get it up there for you, obviously. Knicks tonight. Cat downgraded to doubtful. Tomorrow, a lot of week 8 around the NFL. Weeks are flying by. Let's go, Knicks.
Big Nick Energy was on that Cat thing first before anybody else. Now I see Shams reporting it. All right, we'll watch the Knicks tonight. React to it tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Evan and Tiki, they're coming on next. Thanks to Dope. Thanks to Hoff and everybody who listened and called. We appreciate you. And, of course, thanks to Schmooze for spending some time with us. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
The Nets open the 2025 season on the road, taking on the Hornets. 7 o'clock tonight.
He faked it in from straight on.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Tiki.